Dynasty is live. Yeah. Dynasty is live. Yeah. Dynasty is live. Get it back. Yeah. From the ground floor, yeah, we started with a vision. Blueprint in the smoke, guard pressure, all precision. Late nights, hard calls, every move had a reason. Built it brick by brick, now the whole room fever. Hope I've been hit big, felt the love in the crowd. Hands in the air, yeah, they said it out loud. Every grin, every shout, we could feel it come down. From a sea to a wave, now we run this town. Hold up, you can hear it in the brass. Cut sharp, cut clean. Every step got a stamp, every bar got steam. We've been moving too fast for the old out team. Now the name hit the room like a live wire beam. Now the dynasty is live. Now the dynasty is live.
Welcome back to Brick Dynasty Live. Tonight's guest is a builder, a Bricklink store owner, and the designer of some of the coolest ways to organize your minifigure stuff. It's unbelievable. We've got Rapid Bricks in the building. Joe, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
This stuff is cool, man.
I like it too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right. So before we dive into all of that stuff, can you take me back a little bit in the Lego journey? You start off as a kid, or how'd that go?
Definitely. Pirates, a couple bricks, and making planes out of 2x4s that I'd shoot down constantly. And even though pirates didn't fly, I still used them anyway. And Lego has been with me pretty much since then. I did definitely have a hiatus in my teenage years, maybe even early 20s, which was bad timing, honestly, to do that. But then I had children, late 20s, early 30s here, and it rekindled it immediately. My oldest, got into it very heavily at a young age. My brother actually bought him his first Star Wars set at a very young age, and I don't think we knew what that was going to start again at that point, but it definitely changed our lives. So went in a very different direction from there.
Now, when he got that set, did that instantly motivate you to buy for him? Or did you just have an excuse to do your own thing?
Well, I mean, I already had some stuff for me, of course, right? So, but, Nerf was another thing. Like, I didn't stop buying. I always figured I'd have kids, and I just kept buying stuff over the years. Even, like, I'd go into a Walmart or, Kmart and buy random Nerf guns and different things that I would liked as a kid anyway, and just kind of stuck them away for the day that I'd have kids. So some of the collecting came from that stuff originally. And then it very quickly moved into used, first on eBay, because I just didn't know better at the time about Marketplace. And I was buying collections on eBay, and then moved into Marketplace eventually, which was a lot better place to do business. And I've loved being on Marketplace ever since, and continue to buy used collections, up until recently. And we'll continue to do that, because the treasure hunt of doing that and rebuilding the sets, rebuilding the figures is really the genesis of where all of this started for the 3D printing side of things, because we really love rebuilding the figures. We love bringing them back to life. We love bringing the used sets back to life. Some of the old 2001, 2003 Star Wars sets, that you just don't see a lot. Some of the mid-teen Star Wars sets. I don't mean to only talk about Star Wars, because we love pretty much every theme here. We love Chima. We have a huge Chima collection that we like to show off a little bit. So really, we do it together, most importantly. My sons have become quite the little mock builders. I see mocks every single day. I probably could find a couple around here eventually for you that they've done recently. But that whole, basic premise of your children being able to create was what fueled my purchasing of bulk, because I thought, they're so expensive in store. Everybody knows that. And really, the goal is just to be able to give them as much as possible to remove the hurdles and the boundaries to make them great at what they do. And, no matter what they choose to do, I'll continue to try to remove those hurdles to be able to just give them the tools to be great, because, unfortunately, not everybody gets those tools. And, I want to try to provide that for them. And, ultimately, that's why I do a lot of this, because I want to create something for them to be able to continue to do, possibly have jobs in-house. You know, I had my first job at a Salvation Army, and you know, I learned a lot there, probably some good, some bad, right? So I would love if they could be in the family business side of things and have careers that really they could do from anywhere that we choose to be. I'm big on being portable, so we would like to move someday, but that's a whole nother separate line of things. But that said, you know, I've kind of just said a lot without letting you say much. So does that make sense so far?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Although you did bring up something terrible there. It's moving Lego.
Yeah,
that just gave me a little shiver.
I dread it right now, really bad. It's a real thing. So I have a lot of boxes, empty boxes, but it's not gonna do it. So I don't know what to do about that. If you have any suggestions, I'm in. So
Unfortunately, I don't have any good ones, and we've had a lot of people kind of in the friend circle move in the last year, and some of them have had some really creative solutions between bubble
okay.
wrap and it's
Shrink wrap. I've heard a lot of people with shrink wrap.
yeah, and inevitably there's always something, and it usually has something to do with the UCS set that just
Oh yeah,
implodes.
I
It's
can
never
imagine that.
the $40 set that breaks, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I could totally see that. And you know, the only cool thing about it is we like to rebuild. So I guess that'll be all right.
Yeah, that's a good feature. Let's see, we got Super here with us and Smoky Smokes. Hello, guys. How are you?
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, rebuild. Enjoying the rebuild is important. So that'll work out really well for you. Let's say,
yeah. I mean,
it's a good feature. It's tough though.
yeah. I think rebuilding is probably the just being able to, like, for instance, as I was talking about my kids, like, I think the reason their mock building is getting as good as it is, and I'm being a proud parent at this point, but it's like you're downloading other designers' ideas into their heads as they rebuild these sets from the last 30 years, 40 years even sometimes. And it's like the designers that created them were so special in their own right, and the ideas of the way they put together the pieces were special, and they're like essentially learning those techniques because of not just building today's sets and learning so much of the generation of development, or you know, the generational development of Lego, and really how, you know, you can appreciate what they do today, you know, because it's so different today than it was even 20 years ago. So
There's it's funny watching the kids and how they pick up on things as they go through the. Now, I think kids get to be better mock builders when they spend some time in the instructions first, right? Because
sure,
they learn some of the techniques there.
technique for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, but they build a few sets and then they walk away, and whether they can explain it to you or not, something about these techniques just buries itself in the back of their heads in a way
Totally.
that adults can't absorb. The same
No,
way, you know?
I would have loved to.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's
yeah.
magical.
We did this thing real quick. We did this thing one time. We have done it a few times, but like a 15-minute build challenge. And what it was a flower. We thought about a flower. And my oldest son, I don't know what he was at the time, 7, 8 years old. He pulls out his flower when the three of us show it to each other at the end. All me and my wife just crumpled ours up in our hands, and we were like, "We're done." Like we're already beat, like bad. So we won't do this a lot. Just kidding. But
Yeah, that's awesome. Meanwhile, he's secretly going the botanical instructions on the big kid.
no, yeah, I'll tell you. Here, do you want to come with me for a sec?
Sure.
All right. So
Wow.
that is said 15-minute flower.
What?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Right. I was like, we're done.
Wow. That was not what I was expecting at all. That's phenomenal.
Let's put it this way: it's not what I was expecting at all. Hopefully you can see me well again.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do something different here. Can I flip this camera around? That might be better. I can see you at least.
All right.
Sick wall behind you there.
Oh, thanks. It's my Bricklink store.
Love it.
Man, those flowers are. So I think that was a bricker build set that I saw as you were spinning around there. Is that right?
Yosh. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there he is. Okay. Those flowers seem like they would fit well with that Yoshi.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's a pretty good scale. How was that bricker build? Was that actually fun?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, so fun. My kids and I keep talking about them because I like them a lot. But the bricker build set, like I will tell you, I was super impressed with the instructions and the color placement of the bricks. So in other words, like it can be so repetitive on certain sets when you're trying to build and there's colors that are next to each other that are hard to tell where the last piece was placed. Bricker Builds did a really good job of putting like accent colors inside there to break it up and make it obvious where you're replacing the pieces. I built that. I did just get the instructions, so I did source the pieces out of my collection, and I bought the entire outer shell on Bricklink. So I wanted the outer shell to all be new and the inner shell, like all the like if you look at Yoshi's part list, like there's like 900 2x4 green bricks. Like not lime, but 2x4 green bricks on the inside. And like if you know anything about 2x4 greens, like they're not that cheap. And like just sourcing those alone, it was hard to even get like 200 at one store, you know. So it was fun to do it that way. Definitely a little cheaper, but more fun. So
I didn't realize.
Highly recommend bigger building stuff.
I didn't realize you could just buy the instructions.
Oh yeah, the instructions weren't that inexpensive, but they were worth it because I would not have been able to do that.
Yeah, well, God, I've seen the prices on the full sets. They're great.
Right. It's I don't want to quote it wrong, but I want to say it's pretty reasonable, under $100 for like, you know, the Italian dinosaur over there. I mean, I want to say I paid $70 or something like that. But I mean, some of the smaller sets, I think the instructions are only $10, $15. So you could, you know, if you want to do it, but like, you know, everybody knows it's not easy to source bricks. I mean, you know, at levels like that, you know, when you're doing 7,000 piece projects or 6,000 piece projects.
Yeah, I've made it a point to save filler brick, you know,
Yeah.
kind of B grade stuff I'm not willing to sell.
Yeah.
But it's great to have on hand for the kids to mess around with. And
Yep.
for something like that. where
Interior.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who cares if, you know, it's
Totally
like
agree.
a little scratched up.
Doesn't matter to me as long as it's the right color. It's got to be the right piece, though. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how deep it's getting buried. You know,
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
Like
it
it-
gets ridiculous.
what do you call it there? Jeez. Like Mills plates,
Yeah.
things like that. You can bury a lot of junk in there.
Oh yeah, that's where all the filler brick goes for us. Yes.
Yeah.
Mills plates are eat up filler brick like crazy.
Yeah, it's so much better than throwing it away. I
tend to agree.
I feel so sad. I
Me
mean,
too.
some of the stuff, it's just awful.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. We do. I don't know what you do with like your excess or what I would call fego, you know, or some people use different words for it. But we do try to give as much away of that as possible too. You know, if it's really bad, we'll throw it out. But like, I'm with you, man. Like, I feel bad throwing anything out that could be a toy for some other child. You know, so you know, even if we feel bad having it mixed in with our stuff because you just hate to have it go out, you know, in some way or get mixed into a build that you don't mean for it to. So we really do separate it all and, you know, make sure it doesn't come in when we get bulk in. But, you know, then from there, I mean, we try to donate it to different schools, daycares, you know, things like that where it just can be reused, right? So
Yeah, the public library.
same with these
will take
stands that I printed a lot of, by the way. So,
the
yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Public library. We've never done that. Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty good about that. My library's got
Doing the same thing with some of these prototype stands.
So The prototype stands. One of your little shorts or reels or whatever you call them now, you just kind of like dumped a pile of them.
Sure.
Was that painful?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot. A
It
lot of
got a
fun.
lot more painful. It got a lot more painful. Like a lot more painful. So yeah, it was especially the I don't know, assume you might have seen the one that has like the bulk capacity for minifigs where they're all placed diagonally. That one took a lot of iterations, embarrassingly amount of prototypes that is still laying in the print room that I am starting to give away little by little, and I'm just telling people like, look, these weren't perfect. There was something wrong with them. Like, just making like random stacks of them, and just trying to get them out of there, not throw them away. Believe it or not, it's very difficult to recycle that stuff. You can't like break it down and reuse it again very easily without having a bunch of machinery. So it's kind of something that if you want to get rid of it, you got to give it away. So,
That's
but
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
That
a kind of a perfectionist, so it took a little while.
the I'm trying to think. Okay, so the one where they're at an angle,
Yeah.
is that the one that? Uh, oh man, look at that! That's
Hello.
so cool. All right, maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. There is one that you did
Okay.
and you posted pictures of recently where
Uh-huh.
looking up inside of it,
Yeah.
it's like
Machine
architecturally
gun.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
is that?
That is this.
Yeah.
So one piece holds 101 minifigs, including the top spot. And you're talking about the bottom here. Once the base comes out, which looks like this. I don't
Man,
know. It's hard to
that
say.
is just beautiful.
I know it.
I almost wanted this just stand up like that. It's like a piece of art. It's so
When
cool.
I first laid eyes on it coming off the print, and like I knew what it looked like on the computer, obviously, but like I didn't think it looked so much like a machine gun barrel, kind of coming off like that ported barrel look, and I loved it when I saw it starting to come to life on the print bed, and I saw the first like try or what I would call diamonds in it, and I was like, man, that is exactly what I want it to look like, and then I actually took out a couple more walls to do more of that because I was like, I just don't need some of this. And then kept dropping filament off it, and I realized how much I could save in filament, which is really aesthetically it's cool. Like I like it, I think it's cool, but it was really about filament savings and time and print savings, right? So I mean, believe it or not, it's over 150 grams of filament saved just doing the diamonds, inside of here and different like the thickness of the walls, things like that. So it was a big savings and big time savings on this print. So. Um, which helps, right? So time is everything. You only get so much print time.
Yeah. Now, how does that impact the actual weight of the product?
Right. So it's 850 grams for this item, and back up here. So the so before it was a whole roll of filament. If you're familiar at all with 3D printing, most people use 1,000-gram filament rolls, and so before it was a whole roll, right around a whole roll at 1,000, and now it's a little bit under that. Not that it makes a huge difference, but it just really saves time. Obviously it's a little bit of money, but more it's time. So because that's ultimately, like I said, you're always trying to fit that time into the day with printers. So that's how you end up with more of them, by the way, if you want to know a little secret. So you're always like, well, if I just had one more, then I could do this. So, but that happens a lot. So you have to behave with that.
How many printers do you have?
7.
7. My God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You gotta keep
It's
that
probably going to
store
grow
running.
very soon. So what's that?
You gotta keep that store cranking.
Yeah, so that is I believe it or not, I am working on some other things too that are non-Lego related, and that may cause it to grow substantially before then. So we'll see what's going on with that. But Right now, I'm super focused on this stuff, making sure that there's some inventory for people that do want them, trying to market it, get it out there to people because, as that's always the challenge. I think they're good. I think people like them, such as I think you have the 660, am I correct?
Yep.
The head spinner? Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, so,
Dude, it's my favorite. So it's still my favorite. So yeah, as that was that right there, I know.
yeah,
Oh,
it's not
that,
full. It's not full.
yeah, dude, don't worry about it. So yeah, I printed a bunch of those like flat ones, I'm talking about that just yeah, they're real like rectangular or square.
These things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I had them all over my desk. And every
They're
time I'm
miserable.
building a fig, what's that?
They're miserable.
I know.
They're
Well,
great, but they're
they
terrible.
don't stack, but they're better than a bin, right? But they don't
Yeah.
stack, they don't spin, right? So I had them all over my desk. I was up to like 20, 25 of them all over my desk. And every time I'm building a fig, I'm going through them and I'm like, man, I'm really doing a lot here. So I was like, so my wife actually is the one that suggested the style of the carousel cake style, or what we would call, cake style originally. And then kind of just spiraled from there with the other thoughts of, well, if we did it with heads, what can we make spin around from there? And, really, I had not as much of a concept that you could do so much bearing free with PLA. I knew it would spin, but I didn't think it would spin like they do. So it was a very happy day the first time I printed that 660 base and attached it to the second tier, and it spun like it did. I was pretty stoked about that. So
Now, is the whole trick there just the lift of the peg, just bearing the weight?
yeah.
That's it, huh?
2 millimeter air gap between the tiers, and then the big deal is actually like physics of the ride is all on the inner bore. So and actually that's part of the problem of the 726, the big fig thing, is I had to expand the ride, right? Because it gets too unstable at such a height. So, but because you're riding on such a small circle inside of that, you are actually, if you think about it, like when somebody took you on a carousel when you were a kid, you know how you hung on and everybody spun it, and on the outside it was real fast, but on the inside, there was torque, but you weren't, moving fast. So the torque on the inside is actually very great when you're using such a small post, and it moves very easily because there's force on the outside moving it around, right? And the torque is only on that small area in the middle. So as soon as you move that out, which I played around with, then you start getting, obviously less spin, more friction, that type of stuff, because there's not as much force, kind of like gear ratio, in other words,
Yep.
right? The gear ratio is much higher in the middle or lower in the middle. So,
Yeah, I was shocked. So, who was it? Stokey, I think it might have been.
yeah.
That
Okay.
had
Stokey
posted
Neil.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Neil's
and
great. Yeah.
I saw him put, and instantly I saw it's like, shit, I have to have that right now, because I was dealing with the flat things, and
Okay. Yeah.
I liked the flat things much better than a drawer, because the drawers are awful. You're just shuffling through, or you're pulling a rows
Yeah.
of
Oh,
13.
seeing the same head.
Yeah.
Same head. Same head. Same head. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just awful. And the flat things were great, but there was no real cube on the market that would hold them upright properly. And anything that I kind of
Yep.
came up with myself either had a little bit too much slop, or the way that they sit, there's no good way to label them. So you have no choice but to bring out every one every time. This is brilliant. Everything's right in your face. There's nowhere to hide.
Yep.
It's just right there.
Yep.
I mean, it's
I agree.
like anything else, there's no avoiding the double-sided head, so you got to put hands on them sometime.
Oh yeah. There is one trick to that, actually. So I don't know if you noticed, I did say this one time, but if you use a tile instead of a stud, right, you can spin the stack a lot easier. So in other words, you're putting a tile down at the interface, a circular tile, one by one, right?
Yep.
And a friend taught me this. I didn't come up with this. So, and you can spin the stack inside of there very easily. Now, if you dumped your head carousel upside down, you would have a problem because nothing's attached, right?
Yeah.
But from a seeing the head standpoint, it's a pretty darn good little trick. So you can spin it very freely.
Okay, I like that. So we'll
Yeah.
have to start saving the
I
scratch
have one.
tiles.
I might have. I don't know. I'll look in a minute. So.
Yeah, because something I haven't done is because obviously you always want to go Lego to Lego contact. You don't
Yep.
want Lego
Yep.
onto this
That's
stuff.
how I build everything. Yep.
Yeah, I have not dropped any studs into any of them, so they're just all sitting in there loose. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I haven't put
Interesting.
any
So that might
pressure.
be the same concept.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's the tile will certainly be better though because there is still a little bit of friction. If that tile was in there,
Okay.
they would certainly spin a lot better.
It does.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that. That's a great idea. I love that.
And you get them out with a crowbar.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. The Lego crowbar gets out both the 1x1 round and the 1x1 tile.
Cool. All right. Well, hopefully once the stuff goes in, they're never going to have to come out.
Yeah, I hear you. You never know. You like to change color.
The minifigure one.
Mm-hmm.
One of the iterations of the minifigure one, anyway. You have
Yes.
like a storage area on the inside.
Okay. Yes.
Also a
That's
great idea.
the body part carousel.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's the one. Okay.
this was all about that, the storage area on the inside. Because it was like, yeah, I can see stuff, but I wanted to be able to see, I wanted to just store things and kind of have it all in one place, hairs, things like that, as you can see here, it just has that extra capacity on the inside for the randoms. And, I really didn't know what it was used for, but I knew I didn't want to waste the space. You know what I mean? Like I was like, it's there. Why wouldn't I take it? So, and put the wall up. I got to show you one thing. I'll be right back. Speaking of prototypes, since you like that design, here's a prototype. So this is a mix of the 726. This is the big 726 plate, but it's got the inner wall, and it's double the height. So
it's deep.
This is what, yeah. So it was deep. It's deep on the inside here. So this was what I first designed it as, and then finally I was like, why am I not including more minifigs inside there if we have the height? Like, because all I have to do is expand the height. As you can see, this post was very low because it was still just on the outside. So this was a very original piece of that design that did not come to fruition because I just, once again, I thought to myself, what the heck can I do with all that space? When you started to see it, and it was 11 tiers at that time. It was really tall. It was like 40 inches tall and 11 tiers. And I was like, yeah, it's a little much. So, and the problem was I was really building for capacity, and I'm building all this height for capacity, but like it was right there in the middle anyway, and all I had to do was make more height between the tiers. So that was the fix eventually.
Now, one of the things that comes to mind when you talk about filling inward, as opposed to what you just showed me, where it's just on the outer ring, is I think a lot about, like, if you go to a Lego convention.
Yes.
Now, I like to watch some of the vlog videos from those guys. Yeah, just the setup and tear down. Because I've seen it in person, but you don't want to bug them while they're doing it. So it's better to just watch the vlogs afterwards and see some of the prep.
Yes.
If they were to bring something like that to convention, the inside is basically useless because you can't have any of the people on the floor putting their hands deep.
Yep. Inside. Yep.
Yeah. They could only access the outer ring.
Yep.
Maybe the inside for them, your scrapped version there might be a viable solution because they could put
might be better.
They could put bagged minifigures or whatever in there, keep them hidden from the audience. Maybe I don't
like
know.
that. Yeah, I hear you on that. I'm with you on that thread, and where I go with that is transportation of minifigures, because I think about, like, my style was always base plates. I was
Yeah.
always filling up base plates, and then Target sells this like glass case that's 3 drawers, and I would throw the base plates in there and just carry the darn cases around. And I have too many of them. So the idea was, if I took the bottom tier, you know what I mean, like the last tier on this, and made a whole bunch of them, you know what I mean, and stack multiple tiers. I have some Chima and some Star Wars on this one, right? So if I stack the same tier over and over and over again, which I've done a couple times now, um, what kind of capacity would that be for moving my minifigures around? Versus stacking base plate after base plate in boxes, or however you would do it, right? Because this tier holds up, it's 150 slots on this single plate, right?
Wow.
So, I mean, if you stack 10 of them, 8 of them, right, we're talking over 1,000 minifigs, 1,500 minifigs. If you aren't, if you're using all the available slots. So that was my thought too, is like, just sheer transport. Like, it's in my car, they're all together, and then I get there and do whatever I'm doing with them. So, and that's where this one came in too, was like, is this the version that you display on? Because the 726 was all about capacity. Everything was about size, and going as big on capacity as I could possibly go, and fitting as many as I could fit. So, and that, because honestly, I was like, I've only seen like 200-300. So I was like, 700 sounds cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy here, user, whole bunch of numbers and letters. Get a cake transportation box. I guess.
Big transportation box.
Yeah, if it's a cake display.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, dude. And
I like
stack
that.
them all in there like that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure these, what do you call them there? Like catering places and things like that. They get these, like multi-$1,000 wedding cakes, and they have to have a pretty good way to transport those.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had a bunch of people recommend doing like motorized stuff, and maybe some of that's in the future, but I also thought that would be kind of cool, if you had some of these motorized and inside a box. So like, I'm all about protecting good minifigs, like, obviously, right? With glass cases, all that stuff. Of course, I'm all into that. But for me, I got a lot of minifigs that don't need that level of protection, right? So, but I'm not like getting rid of them. So what do I do with them? I got to put them somewhere. So it was all about like, where do I go with my excess capacity, where they're, not $100 minifig that we're going to throw behind glass. So.
Yeah, and I would think it keeps them pretty clean too, because the interior ones, those aren't going to get very dusty, right? It's just kind of the outer rim.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, Lego gets dusty, right? It's going to happen. So,
Yeah.
and I could work on, and I probably am going to work on at some point, maybe a drop-in box over top, especially with the 726. I feel like there's a way to do it, or even the cake. Like, there's a way to do it where only the bottom is accessible to spin it, and there's a door to open to access, but you could somehow have UV protection, some type of casing over top of it where you could still spin it without opening the box and still view, but still get that level of protection too. Oh, he's thinking again. I like it.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you left a channel at the bottom of the box. You know what I mean? Like, if the whole box was solid up top, and then you left a channel just at the very bottom in the front, and then you had the front of the stand be able to your finger be able to slide in with that channel and get to the bottom of the stand. And then you could spin and view, and then have a door for access.
Yeah. Because if you had, you just think about dropping a cube over the top of this thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And a circle can be bigger than a square, right?
Yep.
So you just have little, like, I don't know, H's or whatever knocked out just on the center of the four sides. I mean, you can spin with your thumb or something.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. If anybody really likes that at some point, I'll be happy to dig into it. So. I might do it for myself, to be honest, and then we'll see where we go from there. So,
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
I mean, it's where all this starts. So it's all about, selfishly about me and like, hey, how do I fix a problem I have?
Yeah.
Which brings us to Bricklink. I mean, oh my goodness, talk about trying to fix problems. Phew, that is a whole nother bear.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's why I fell in love with this so fast.
I
You
know,
know,
I hear you.
it's the margins on Bricklink are wonderful
Yep.
as long as you don't, if you consider it a labor of love and you don't think about an hourly wage.
You
It's
don't measure your
fantastic.
time, you're doing awesome. You're
Yep.
killing it. If you don't
Yep.
measure any of your time.
Yep.
Yeah. You ever upload like a piece and it takes you like a half an hour to get through it, and you like hit the button and it's like $2.30.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I just did a lot for that $2.30.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
although,
There.
do you use Brickstore?
I do use Brickstore.
Yeah, so
And
Brickstore does make things easier. I would say
yeah.
that we've found that has made things easier. So,
Yeah.
um,
That's a big help. Recognize is massive.
Recognize is definitely huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's still those moments where, so we had whatever we were at. We were at 1,200 drawers before we even started uploading the Bricklink, which was a massive mistake.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I wave my hand screaming every time I hear somebody starting. It's like, no, start the first piece you ever buy in your life. Log it into Bricklink, whether you want to sell it or not.
Right.
Don't start too late.
Oh, I'm way too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
a lost cause.
Yeah, but we were, you just grab something like this and go to upload it for the first time, and then you realize, shit, there's 3 different variations in here.
Yes, there is.
And
oh man, clips, clips, A, B, C, D. I like. Oh,
yeah. And you get the little hose sprayer looking things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's 2 different versions of those. One of them's got a tiny hole.
One's got a tiny hole. One's got a bigger hole, I think. Yeah.
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 Oh no! Like, this isn't going to be fast. I'm going to put glasses on. And
so when you go through the clips and you realize there's 4 variations of the clips, you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's like, is there an option for a nobody cares?
Yeah, there might be, because I bet some people get them and have no idea.
Yeah,
so.
there's a couple parts that have a like an unidentified option or whatever it is.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that's cool. It's like, fine for sure they sell for less, but it cuts down the labor so much. Whatever.
Right.
It's all right. Yeah, it gets so crazy. So anything.
Well, I give you credit for having it in drawers, because that's not what we're currently doing. So, yeah. We have a system, but it's yeah. You want to say?
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Ooh, the party keeps on going.
Yeah, it does. There's a couple more rooms. So this is Bricklink over here, some of it. And we have these bins. We're weird. We go by the Lego number system. So it's not our own at all. It's all Lego physical, like, serial numbers. And then we have these bins where everything's bagged and then sorted with these 3D printed, dividers, obviously. So, but it's a process going through bags, let me tell you. So.
Yeah, we did the bag thing once upon a time. We did takeout containers. Actually, I have piles of takeout containers all over my desk, even still.
Oh, yeah. I see you. Yep.
Yeah.
Love that.
Look at that. Oh, I love the backdrop in there, too.
Thank you. It's actually 2 of them. Just pieced it together. It's kind of hard to say, I guess, in this angle, but yeah.
Amazing.
I know you had asked about this in your original message. That's why I walked over to it. So
yeah.
So like this stuff right here, like that's all my son. Like that's not me
really
at all. Yeah, I didn't do any of this. So you can probably recognize that Indominus set in the back there, but kind of expanded that a little bit. The visitor center is still in here somewhere, so it's that is me. So I did most of that, I would say. He did a little bit of that, but this gate's him. You know, it's a bunch of, so it's got a lot to go. So we need a lot of foliage to be put in still. It's got a lot of stuff. The mountain needs to be finished. The mountain's going to go up higher. There's going to be a monorail on top that goes across the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So you
And
probably saw the mountain the way it opens.
yeah,
It's one of my favorite parts.
that is so cool.
Yeah. It's coming along little by little. We have 3 dinosaurs to go. So we almost have them all.
Unbelievable. Now,
Yeah.
with that, with the mountain, with the side that opens,
Yeah.
because there's so much texture on that,
Mm-hmm.
was it hard
Uh-oh.
to lay that out so it actually sat properly when it closed?
Nah. I mean, I built it. Hold on. I'm trying to mess up the video here. So I built it kind of little by little, and I really just thought about the whole time where I was going to stop it. So if you can see like this edge right here,
Mhm.
so like all this stuff, like I knew like the only area that's really sticking out here is this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really only had a very little area that I had to worry about, you know, and then I kind of I don't know, kept coming with it. I don't know how to explain it, um but overall I think it blended pretty well. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like the texture of the corner was hard to do a little bit because I kept just kind of coming down with it. The hardest part was truly being vertical in still giving it texture in such a quickly vertical space, if you know what I mean. Like, so, I mean, it only goes back, 6 to 8 studs to get that high of a wall. So, I mean, we're not talking a lot here from the start to the finish. So, and that was a problem. Problem is I can't figure out how to get this down, but that's no biggie. Got Barrett door here.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have the Lord of the Rings.
One of the best sets.
But this is my table goodies for you. So this is head spinner. This is a smaller version of the cake.
Oh, it's cute.
This also, by the way, has the same ride as the head spinner. So this has the same post tip ride, the same style spin. It spins very freely. And I put these little triangles down here in order to be able to grab them easier with your fingers. But I've been using a little rubber mat underneath them because on a smooth surface like this, it does move around if you really push it. And as soon as you put a rubber mat underneath it, it stops. But I can even spin it without the mat. These things are very smooth, extremely smooth. So I'm pretty happy with that. But it's whether there's a want or not. For me, I wanted it, so I'm happy.
Yeah. The 1x2 plates that you have on the spinner there, the white ones, are those actually Lego, or do you print separate pieces for that?
They're Lego.
They're Lego. Okay. So it comes
Yeah,
down
they're
to
Lego.
you
I'm
just put
dropping it.
whatever you want in there. Okay.
So this is the smallest one, and probably easy to see that it's just a mock connection there of what a Lego connection would be. And you drop in whatever plate. They do have holes, underneath there. I don't know how easy or hard it is to see, but there's holes all the way through, even all the way through this very top one here. Hard to see, but there's a hole all the way through, even on the biggest one. So where you could poke every single plate out from underneath.
Awesome.
So if you want to change your colors, change your colors. This is my son's one. This is my son's one. So he went with he color coded his so that he knows where his different Star Wars battalions go. So he knows okay, yellow goes there. Yeah, he's got his blue plate for blue, right? So he's got it all decked out the way he wanted it. So
smart. I love that. That's great. Oh, Hive's here. What's going on, Brick Hive? Good to see you, sir. What is the question here? Do you guys have a favorite set that you don't have? Something you're missing?
Giant chess.
Giant chess.
Yeah. The one that's Castle. It's got all. It's the most intricate chess set there is, and that is a chase for sure. I want that giant chest. So it's a unique set. That's for sure. I love all the figs in it.
He's asking, can you use a brick separator to get those out? Probably can't.
I don't think so, but let's try. I don't believe so, but we're happy to try. No, it's definitely not happening.
Yeah, you might have to put an additional.
Too much of a
plate on
gap.
top.
Yeah, curious about that. I mean, I could technically push them out to the edge some, but I don't know if I could push them out enough where the corners wouldn't hit. I don't think I could. Where the brick separator would get there with the round curve. If you don't know what I'm saying here, like, I don't think you could push those out far enough because the corners would then be sticking out on the round.
Yeah.
To be able to get to the brick separator because it hits in the middle before it gets flush.
Yeah, I think it's, as much as I hate to recommend the other brands, just like instinctively, I think it's Lumi Bricks has tweezers that they sell that I think you can grab on well enough to pull them by the stud.
Okay, that's interesting.
Which is kind of mistreating
Grab the
Lego,
battery.
but do what's necessary, I guess.
We do that occasionally.
Yeah.
We do that occasionally when need be.
Yeah.
Sorry about all the camera in here.
It's nice having the tour. I like that. We don't get to go mobile very often.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm kind of just spur of the moment. You pretty much asked me to do anything. If you want to go to the print room, we'll go to the print room. So we'll really go mobile.
And is that on the same floor?
Different floor.
Oh, okay. Use a third piece. Yeah. So his thought here: use a third
piece. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a plate on a plate with a separator. It would probably need to be a newer.
I'm going to tell you, it's probably too tight of a connection. Yeah. This is fun, though. This I like to do. Experimenting, people's suggestion, this is cool. So we're talking like this, like with a 2x3? Or even a 2x2? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah. Just something with a little bite.
No, it's not going to grip that way. Maybe do this. Yeah, no. Maybe this. Nope. I'm telling you, they're tight in there. That was the goal. Yeah, because if you're interfacing minifigs back and forth, you don't want to be pulling your plates out. So the goal is for them to only be poked out from the bottom. And it's fairly easy to do. I wouldn't say it's very difficult to get them out. I could probably show you real quick. I got something right here.
Toothpick.
I just have like a little punch that I use a lot of times.
Cool.
So. As I say it and try to do it on camera, it doesn't happen easily.
Of course not.
Yeah, well, that didn't go so well, but move over to the next one. Part of this is I didn't clean up some of these designs that I just threw on here. So, anyways, we'll do it on this one that I did it to start with. Those come out, I promise you. Why does that not want to?
There
we go.
There you go. Beautiful.
Yeah. So they do come out. Sometimes you got to wiggle them a little bit. It can damage the 1x2 on the bottom if you're using metal like this. So I wouldn't use 1x2s you really care about. So most importantly, if you really want them out to change them, you can get them out. So
Now, because it's the same footprint, you
Yeah.
could also use the leg divider pieces in there, right? Drop those in instead.
Yep, correct. Yeah, that's actually probably the best solution for it. So I thought it was easier to not see the black on black because I have a lot of black ones of those, but I don't have white ones of those. So the 1x2 kind of gave it the better contrast. But the best solution is what I would call a heel saver, which is what these designs on this one was all about. Was that style connection and mocking them, because if I bought 700 heel savers, it's kind of expensive, right?
Well,
So,
and with the heel savers though, if you like one of your kids comes in and gives, this isn't even on camera, but gives it, a quick spin, those things go flying.
these?
Yeah, if they get the heel savers on there.
I mean, I'm trying.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, they don't go anywhere. So, but look,
Yeah, nice.
you know what I mean?
Nice, easy on and off. All right.
Smooth and easy,
Fantastic.
right? Barely no friction. The trick with putting these on for everybody, for anybody that has one, the real trick is leaning them forward like this, tucking the toes, and then leaning them back. So as soon as it's just easy on and off like that. So maybe I could slide it a little closer here. I'm starting to get a desk that's a mess, which is pretty normal. So once again, just kind of like sliding, like this off, tucking the toes, leaning back. So, and when you spin them, once again, as I hit 3 with my fingers there, but you can spin them like that. They're not going to come off. It's wobbling a little bit. They're not going to come off by just spinning. It's not going to happen.
That's great.
Yeah. This one's a little sparse because we've been messing around a little bit.
And Stoker had his on a carousel, so
Yes.
this was spinning.
Oh yeah, yeah. The idea of the eventually of the electric, is in my mind. So I got another. I don't know if you've ever seen the sorter, but I'm probably gonna do the mechanical version of that before I do anything else with mechanics.
The sorter, like the actual sorting machine that Spencer built there.
So 2 different things I think we're talking about there. One
Or you're
is
talking about the vibrating machine.
the vibrating machine.
Okay.
So like what I would call a sorter, just like it sorts for size for us.
Yeah,
right? So,
yep.
yeah. So that machine is a lot of fun, and I'll probably try to make a more viable version of that first before I work on some electric for this stuff. So because I do use that, like physically use it, like it helps. So yeah.
Yeah, we have the very manual, like click together one by Amazon, and it's great for just a quick sift. If you're just trying to take it down, knock some aggravation out as you sit and watch TV and just kind of flip parts of buckets. It's great for that.
Right.
But yeah, it's a big one that actually had some vibration to it. It'd be real nice.
If you feel my pain on this, like it stinks when you find 20 more of the same piece you just uploaded the Bricklink. Yep. Right? So for me, I like going through bulks, it's nice. Number one, it shakes a lot of the minifig parts onto certain trays. Like I know the color tray the minifig parts are going to be on, or the little 1x1s or things like that. But more importantly, it groups certain piece sizes together that I grab all of them at once. So I start making piles of 2x4s, piles of 2x3s, and I'm getting them all at once instead of, basically going back for them and repeating the same process.
Yeah,
you know how that works.
I would much rather sort through 10 pounds of brick than one pound of brick.
I get it. I get it. Yeah. It takes longer.
Yeah. I don't ever want to hit the one button on an upload.
I hear you. Totally. It is. It's like time consuming.
Yeah. Like it's easy to count the one, but that's an extra drawer you need to find, an extra location you need to come up with.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Did you get a counting scale yet?
I have not. No.
Oh, okay. Well, I just got one. I'll let you know how it is.
So, yeah, it'd be interesting hearing that.
Yeah.
They're a little pricey, but you start looking at the like the Tectic pins, and it's like, ouch.
That's why you get one. Yeah. It's exactly my thought. So we have a couple of people that are kind enough to sort for us, and so we get back bags sometimes that are just all Technic pins, and just like freezer bag of that type of stuff, and you just think to yourself like, I really don't want to count these. So yeah.
How
So we'll
big's your
see.
store?
My store is not that big. It's probably 15,000 items, or I'm sorry, 22,000 items. I don't know. I'm on my phone. So my store has 100 sales, I think, right now. So it's not that big, but we do have a bunch of sets. So like our thing has always been sets. So I probably have close to 90 to 100 used, complete with instruction sets on there.
Wow.
So yeah, we've accumulated a lot of instructions. I've been a collector of instructions over the years, so I have probably like 2,000 instructions, something like that. Yeah, it's a
Wow.
bunch. So most of the sets that we put on our store are going to have instructions. So
That's cool.
yeah, I'm just a sucker for a paper book, man. So and not that the app's not cool, but paper book is cool with me.
So it seems like we've had a pretty similar path. 'Cause
Okay.
when we started this, we were buying bulk lots, assembling the sets, and selling the sets.
Yep.
And all of this nonsense came from all the stuff we couldn't fully assemble.
Yep.
It just grew and it grew. And you get one that's like 60% complete,
Oh yeah.
and completed, it's worth like $18. Like,
Yep.
I'm not going to source the missing parts and go through all that effort for $18.
Right.
I'm just not. My time's worth more now. For
Yeah.
for a $40 set, you think about it. All right,
UCS set. Now we're talking.
yeah. But
Yeah.
even like the smaller, cheaper sets, if it's something unique, it's something kind of cool. Everything we ever listed, we built first
Yep. Same
to
here.
make well, one, because it's fun, and
Fun.
two, you could take pictures of it to list it better. That you actually have everything, regardless of what the book says.
Oh man, that is such a thing. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, some of the older manuals, the pictures were so bad,
Mm-hmm.
and even looking at Bricklink, it's like, I'm not convinced that was added to the inventory properly. I'm just not. And then you build it, and you see that there's no way that was right.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely nuances like that drive you crazy. So, but I've met a guy, a bigger Bricklink store. I do know a couple people in the Lego business, and I met a bigger Bricklink store, much bigger, and he told me used sets was for the hobbyist, and I agree with him. I don't disagree with him, but I am the hobbyist. So like, it's like we like doing the used sets, and it's cool. Friends, like friends and family gifts, things like that. Like to be able to gift a retired set that you can't ever experience again. I think that's super neat. So
yeah, I completely understand the hobbyist aspect there.
Oh yeah.
And we don't do it anymore because it is so time consuming.
Yeah, he kills everything. Everything comes in and goes, no matter what it is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So,
I couldn't do that. If
I can't either. Not a chance.
If I got a bulk lot and there was some like something cool in there,
yeah.
then
I just got the Bounty Hunter Star Wars speeder recently. Like, dude,
awesome.
I'm like, there's not a chance I'm breaking that down for parts. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And like, even if it's not something you're personally interested in the collection,
right?
You may never have a chance to build that yourself ever again.
Yep.
You just might not see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told this story 100 times now, but we got an entire power miners collection once upon a time.
What?
And it's been 3 years or something. I still regret like every day that we sold that. We sold.
You sold it. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no.
We've only been building, collecting, whatever for 6 years now, so we're very new. And we were only a year and a half in.
Yeah,
maybe.
It funded something else though.
Yeah, well, it did. It funded a lot because we got a really good deal on that.
That's the point. You can't. Yeah. It's hard to look back when it funds such an opportunity of something else, right?
Yeah, so we got something crazy. 250, 300 sets, all complete for $500. I think it was marketplace deal, and it was like that's close enough to free for me.
That is free.
Yeah, so we went, we built everything. I took pictures of everything, put it up. We sold it all on
Wow.
eBay. We didn't even have Bricklink at the time.
eBay even. Oh,
Oh
that
yeah.
was they ate you alive on there.
Like as soon as I listed anything, it was gone.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah. But the fee, yeah, both.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the fees and the people. Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
get it.
But man, it was unbelievable. It's like the average price is $100, so we're gonna put it on for like 110 or 150, and yeah, we'll see what happens. And like you wake up in the morning and it's sold.
Gone. Yep.
Man, I really like that one.
Yeah, I have a couple sets like that right now, so I definitely. But everything's gotta. You only have so much space, right?
Yeah,
So,
I like none. It's like I
yeah.
have no space. It's just all of this. This is my living room. Like,
Yeah, I love it.
it,
That's how I decorate too.
yeah,
Yeah, I will not take you on the full experience, but there's quite a bit of decorating that has been done elsewhere. So
it just infiltrates everything. I mean,
yeah,
thankfully, same as you, the kids are into it,
yeah.
so it's fine. My daughter had her first build stream Sunday night.
No way.
Yeah,
Cool.
we set her up for her first one. Uh, she is just a natural. She loves it so much.
Likes to talk.
Yeah, she likes to talk. She is
Yeah.
a very social kid.
Yeah.
It's the generation. She's 9, so YouTube. She's never lived without YouTube. It's always been
Right.
around, right?
What's cable?
Yeah, and she's never experienced cable,
Mm-hmm.
and she's all about it. And of course, she's on this channel. It's very protected. I'm on with her. It's
Right.
she is not choosing her own adventure on her own YouTube at 9.
Sure. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, but it's fun, and it gets her a little more excited to build in one spot.
Yeah.
Super hyperactive kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Likes to build, but when she builds like on the other side of the room, she'll be building, and then you'll see her kind of drift, and all of a sudden she's like practically standing on her head. On YouTube, just focus right in the game, cracking jokes here and there, but just building. You can see like something, like a little switch get thrown, and she's just like right there and so present.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is?
I think it's the connection of like a therapeutic tool like Lego.
Yeah. Well, Lego is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having just a touch of the social element.
Mm-hmm.
But the social element is just chat. So they're not really distracting.
Right.
It's just like the occasional comment here and there, just to know something else is going on.
Right.
I think it's just the right level.
Yeah, it's like the right level of attention being required to be split at your mind into two places like that.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
So she does not handle repetition well with Lego. Like,
neither do I.
Yeah.
Who does?
And I think we all have the same pain, where it's not until you get to like the third page in step 14 where it says, "Oh yeah, by the way, do this 3 more times." It's like, why didn't you tell me from the first step so I could have been doing them all as I went through? But no.
Right.
Now you tell me I have to do, 4 of these or whatever.
Right.
She gets pissed. She'll finish that first one and it'll say that she's going to do 4. She's, "Daddy, come on. I need some help here."
Right. Well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. It's like, well, I'll do 1 of them. You just keep going. Or it's like, hey, it's an animal. You knew it was going to have 4 legs, right? It's like, sure, you didn't know that you were going to, it didn't tell you, but you kind of should have known that, you're going to have to do it at least twice. There's got to be a left and a right.
Right. There's not going to be 1 leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as it's not the Eiffel Tower, we're cool.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I have any desire to spend that much money on a single set.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I can't say I feel the same. There's too many good ones right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot. What is the Eiffel Tower?
I think the Eiffel Tower is in the 700 range, 600-700 range. So
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I don't know. That one won't be one, so I don't need that one.
yeah, I don't.
But the Ministerial that came out, that's a different story. That's gonna need to come home.
That's a tough one because it's so white.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
cool.
it's cool. Yeah, so,
Yeah, but they, in my opinion, they made basically the best set of all time, and they made a black one.
Parador.
Yeah, like that set is gorgeous, and I
Building
kind of
that set is awesome.
yeah, I also love anything with like a horror element to it, so
Yeah,
that's right up my alley. And then to have like an all white monstrosity, it's like, oh man, that's gonna get so dirty so fast.
it definitely is.
Oh,
You can imagine the yellowed ministers you're going to see in the future. They're going to be, oh man, like someone just has one in a window for 5 years, and it's going to be atrocious.
that's the upside of having so many adults having their Lego rooms in the basement.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's some of why I keep my favorite figures kind of locked away in rooms that don't have windows, and not that I'm like some scientist that knows it's going to have any effect, but what the heck? Why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing's better for the soul than sunlight. And nothing's worse for your toys.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going through this collection, an eBay I'm going through on eBay, helping someone get rid of a vintage toy collection, and it's incredible, with these 80s and 90s, like Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, all that stuff, like, stuff from our youth, right? And, it's incredible the demand for it on there, but it's also yellowing is like, you're like, dang, even these toys yellowed. It's not just Lego. It's kind of funny. You never realized that when you were a kid that stuff was happening to your toys, but yeah, they did.
Well,
So,
the other thing with the toys from the '80s is the smoke staining, because everybody smoked indoors back then,
right.
and you can smell it in like the hair of the Barbies, and yeah, some of those old collections are rough.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Have you set up a bulk lot bingo card,
No. What's that?
or just like had one rolling in your head? So we kind of play this game here when we get bulk lots of you're just waiting for certain things, like a safety pin, a dead bug,
Oh,
a
dude.
tic tac.
That's
It's gonna be
cool.
a Hot Wheels
Always
car,
change.
a marble,
Always
loose
change.
change.
Loose change. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you have a bingo with what you find, huh?
yeah. We basically, it's like, oh well, that wasn't on my bingo card this week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and you're always going to
I
find
can see that.
a couple stray like Connects or Mega Blocks or one of those. I hate the Connects. Those things drive me crazy.
Right.
The little like half wheel things, they get caught on everything.
I know what you mean. So I'm not going to admit my Connects collection.
Yeah, well, it's fine if you actually like are into it or you do something with it. I have no use for any of it. So when it just like tangled up and you have like a stray Barbie head and you got the Connect clip thing stuck in the hair, and then there's like a what is it there? Is it Paradisa? Not Paradisa, the other one. Do I have one handy? These ones.
Yep.
Yeah. They have the skirts with the elastic waist.
Yep.
We got a lot that had a bunch of them in there. And every one of the elastic waistbands had a Connects thing stuck to it somehow. It's so
That's great.
frustrating.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thankfully, the elastics on those are thick and none of them broke. And they're virtually worthless anyway.
Yeah. Once again, always make somebody happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the more lots you have in the store, the better off you are. Right?
No doubt about it. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
It's funny how the more you upload to it, the more it seems to come back because, I've been working on this stuff and we haven't had a lot of Bricklink orders, maybe only a few in the last couple weeks. And, you know, this stuff has been, obviously what we've been working on. And as soon as I go back to that, I'm sure there's going to be Bricklink orders. So,
Yeah. I think there's like an algorithm to life.
yeah,
In
what you focus on
some
grows.
kind of way. Even the things that don't have an actual algorithm,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like your own brain of sorts. Like when I don't need to buy a bulk lot is always when I find the best ones.
Yeah.
Because you never stop looking. Right?
Mm-hmm. I bought one. I came home. I think I was home 2 hours and I saw another one or someone randomly showed me it or something on their phone that was at my house. And it was 8:30 on a Saturday night and I drove and got it. And it's probably the best bulk I've ever bought. So yeah. And the woman hit me with like one of those, well, first come, first serve, and I was like, should I go? It's Saturday night, do I really need to do this? It's an hour away, like, and I did it and I was very happy. So it was like one of those like a high five when you get home type stuff. She had bins and bins and bins in the driveway waiting for me.
Oh, like actually outside, ready for action.
Outside, ready to go, just ready to leave.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was way more than I expected, and so many minifigs. So,
Beautiful.
like I think there was like 60 Ninjago sets. So something insane.
How long will it take you to process all of that?
A long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a deal with our kids where 10% of every set they reproduce or rebuild gets, they get 10% of whatever it gets listed for up front. They get cash advance, obviously, because they don't work without it. But the fun of that is, they really do go and work hard, on rebuilding those sets, and it's really helpful, to be able to have them putting child labor into it, for lack of a better word, because it's fun for them, and we can check everything and go along with it along the way, and they gather. My oldest will gather all the pieces ahead of time if he wants to, and it takes time, but it's not my time that's necessarily going into it. So I'm trying to delegate a little bit of that stuff to them because they do like to do it, and to anybody else that wants to come over and do that. So I'm certainly all about anybody that wants to do that.
Yeah, it's nice when you can hand out some of the action.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I wanted to do every job from the ground up, but I would not like to do it forever.
Yeah, you like to do it just long enough to know how to do it well enough to teach somebody else how to do it.
That's right.
What does this say? To the minimal grade hidden.
Hmm.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I want cheap labor.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I
My
think, why
oldest is
farms
okay.
had a lot of children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Although I think the parents back then, like, well, especially in like farm situations, it was necessary for those kids to work,
Right.
like just to keep things afloat. Like,
Yep.
we're not swimming in money or anything over here, but thankfully we're in a spot where,
Thankfully, your
like,
kids don't have to work.
yeah, I don't need to put them out in the field. You
Yeah,
know?
I get it. I totally
Yeah.
get it. It's
Yeah.
it's we're very fortunate in that way. Even
Yeah.
the place we live, right? So
Yeah.
it's a very good place.
Yeah,
Lots of opportunity for us.
I'm very thankful that my kids are in a situation where like they can just build Lego whenever they want to.
Yeah, man. And
Like,
create.
I'm not going out and buying them new sets every day. I mean, we're
Right.
not in that kind of position, but they can build used forever. I mean, we got another 500 pounds of bulk used. We're not going to get to for ages at this point.
500 pounds is a lot of pounds.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of pounds. Yeah, that's going to be away for a while. Yeah. What do you think you can process in bulk in a week?
Nothing.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thankfully my wife probably puts in, I don't know, maybe she puts in 2 hours a day,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Um, Myself, 30 minutes a day, maybe. I mean, I average out across 7 days, probably 30 minutes a day. Well, across 5 days, Saturdays and Sundays, I put in some more time, but
Okay, yeah.
it's tough. I mean, we have we have a paid group that I work on. Brick Dynasty has an app that we work on. Uh, we have the YouTube channel. We're spread in a million different directions,
It's good.
and thankfully or unfortunately, I'm not sure which. The Bricklink store is only a small portion of that,
Yes,
so it's
it's a passion.
yeah, it does get neglected a bit, but it's good for cash flow.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not averaging a ton. We're at 1.3 sales a day, I think is our average, which isn't fantastic, but it's enough to just keep that little trickle coming in, keep it interesting. I don't know, it pays for itself pretty quickly, I suppose.
right, right. That makes sense to me. Yeah, and really, I'm a big fan of having a Lego store, part store in my house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's also great, so you always know what you have on hand.
Sure. Yeah.
If you want to build another brick or builds,
Yeah.
it's
You know what quantity you're gonna need.
yeah, you can look and see pretty quickly what you've got.
Yeah.
It's a little sad watching your inventory value drop that quick when you start pulling parts out.
Tell me about it. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. It's a bittersweet moment, but I tell you that when you need that one piece on a rebuild,
Yeah.
and you get it out of your store, not even out of one of your bins, and it saves you a half hour, you're like, yeah, that was nice. Yeah. I didn't have to wait for shipping, nothing.
Yeah. Have you used Brickstore
Hmm.
to rebuild minifigures?
No, I wouldn't say I have. I mean, identify minifigures.
Oh, so
Yes, person.
if there's a way to use Brickstore,
Hmm.
so if you're uploading all of your minifigure parts,
Yep,
you can use Brickstore to tell you which minifigures you can reassemble based on all of the loose
that
parts
makes
you
sense
have.
to me. Yep.
Yeah. So you do a huge bulk lot. You're not saying, oh, well, I'm going to set aside this pair of legs because maybe somewhere in here,
Hmm.
200 pounds later, I'll find the torso. You just upload the parts and upload, whatever, and then
Huh.
later on, it's just a couple clicks, and you could scroll through and say, okay, that one's worth building. That one will leave as parts. Like that one I can build.
My only concern with that would be touching it twice then, because you have to grab it then to rebuild it, right? Because you uploaded it once and then you have to grab it from wherever you just stored it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's the advantage too. Like you instantly scroll through and skip all of the city minifigures
Yeah,
because you're not going to.
you're not going to build them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. But you start looking at Star Wars and some of the Marvel stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
for $30 or $50 or whatever, I'll reassemble a minifigure for that.
Right. I'm with you on that. Yeah.
And
Easily.
yeah, and like we found parts for a Joker the other day.
Uh-huh.
They're dark purple legs, so they're whatever 50 cents or something.
Hmm.
I think what was it? The torso was like $12.
Hmm.
Okay, $12 for a torso is pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's annoying to sell a torso by itself because you really need to have a broken torso or missing whatever. I'd always rather sell a full fig.
Right.
And then you look and you see that the head and the hair are like $45 and $55. But Okay, I'm paying attention now.
Yeah, now you're paying attention.
Yeah, the complete fig sells somewhat regularly on eBay for $150.
Right.
I'll put that together.
Yeah.
You know,
Not a bad hourly wage if you do
Yeah.
a couple.
yeah, and it's like I know where the head is, I know where the hair is, I know where
Yeah.
the torsos live. You know, like, it's not so bad. And really, a pair of
Right on
purple
your
legs.
carousel.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah. Yeah. We can make
So-
that happen.
Yeah, I need to. I need to figure out a flat surface,
Okay.
a new flat surface. So
That
where,
sounds funny.
yeah,
Yeah,
So-
I know what you mean. So
like every bit of real estate's chewed up by something.
Oh, I hang everything from the ceiling these days.
So one thing I've learned with this, where I keep all of my heads,
Hmm.
I have a like one of the commercial hopper bin things, like you
Okay.
put nuts and bolts in,
Right.
like the metal rack, because it's got the big bins for putting whatever we get, 5,000 2x6 black plates, right?
Right.
The top of it's kind of convex, so it's like bubbled, right? And it pitches forward just slightly.
Okay.
So that's where this lives.
Yep.
I say this, I mean this, right?
Yeah. The 660. Yeah.
Yeah. But because of that, it leans forward just slightly, which is not the best for
Right. For the spin.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
unit itself. Now, the second and third tiers still spin great.
Right.
But
the top, bottom tier is going to press the base.
Yeah,
Because of the weight.
Yeah, because of the weight, and it's slightly cockeyed. It still spins fine, but it does. You're not whipping it, and
Right.
there is friction there, and that's not a fault of the product. That's a fault of the location.
Yeah, no, I just start thinking about like how could we make some type of base that would adapt to that,
Yeah.
because that would just be a base. So that would.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
Okay. Yeah, because if I was to get the one for the minifigure, like body parts or full figs,
Mm-hmm.
that would
You need
essentially.
space.
Yeah. Well, and the beauty of these is like I have plenty of vertical space over there.
Yes. Yeah. So we do
I-
this. We go. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if this one drops down. Kind of got stuck a little. What am I thinking about? What do I have in front of me here? I know you can do it on the body part carousel. I actually don't think I have an adapter down here. I do have an adapter for this, but you know, like you could do something like this. I'm always bad at the backwards here. So you got the heads up top, right? And you can still do a carousel style with parts down the bottom too. And interior storage, and pop your heads off whenever you want to be inside there. And then just pop them back on.
Hmm.
So they're all built with the same size post. It's just about how deep it goes. So, you know, different depths, but all of them are the same diameter posts. So,
I'm kind of looking across the room now, thinking if there's a way I can just replace the top of that.
Okay.
unit.
Yep.
That would
Yeah,
solve
I mean,
a lot of problems.
You could start to get a little funky with them too, like what I can do here, but probably no, that's not gonna work. You need an adapter. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely create your own designs. You know, like if you wanted to go a couple different tiers, like this stuff. You know what I mean? Like whatever makes sense to you from a storage purpose is really how it works. And then, you know, in my opinion, it's really just, you know, as functional as you want to make it or as pleasing to the eye as you want to make it, right? So, you know, you can make them look pretty ugly but still be functional. So, yeah, that's really just a choice, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, like at your core, you always want something awesome looking on display,
sure.
but function
Knock
first.
something over.
I could handle a little bit of ugly for the sake of function.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, depending if it's in a room with no windows or not, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this window's right behind where these live, but I'm basically underground, so we're not getting any sunlight anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, because I have that stand is 3.5 feet wide, so it's 42 inches wide. So if I could flatten out the top of that properly, I could probably get 4 of these.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough for 4 bases there. I have to dream about that a little bit.
Yeah, think about it.
Right now, all of our legs and torsos are in tackle boxes.
I like it.
Yeah. And it serves its purpose. They're divided by color and then print, not print.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
tackle boxes are a pain in the ass. To have everything right in front of your face is real nice.
I know exactly what you mean. So hold on one more sec. Yeah, hey, thanks. I got an assistant. Oh, that's what I knocked down. Okay, here, I'll take this. I knocked down the top of a thing. Yeah, this is the adapter. Actually, my son must have heard me talking, so which he should have been in bed by now. So the adapter is designed to be able to go on top of this. So if you want to, you can do something like this and have an air gap there.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So you could have the bottom tier be your head still, top tier, you build the carousel back up and do something like that. That's kind of aesthetically pleasing. You know,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, not terrible, right? It's got the interior storage for the hairs. You got, basically to me, like this right here is like your portable build a minifigure.
Yeah.
Like you could do hairs, legs, hands. I got hands on the inside here on this one. You got your accessories right here. Your swords, your life vests, all that stuff. And then you got, oops, knocking stuff off. So you got your hairs and everything in this tier. So, it's really, to me, like you can carry this around to like a little community event or whatever it is, and kids could build minifigures off of this. You set it down on the table and you got everything you need to build minifigs.
I love it. There it is. Wait a minute. Just kind of, I'm a little slow here. And if I'm wrong, this is going to feel really awkward. Is this your wife in chat?
Where?
Do you see chat?
Yeah.
User, whatever it is here.
Nah, that's not gonna be my wife.
Okay, because this question here, we need a collapsing room. Just the way that's worded.
Yeah. No. It's entirely possible to be a friend of mine. I got a bunch of those.
Okay.
So, it's not me, I have a bunch of friends, but like I have some friends that could very easily be not his wife.
All right.
Oh God.
All right. Well, I'm sorry out there. We've had some shit go down in chat.
No. That would be fun though. My wife is too chill for that, so she's definitely doing something other than being on a chat right now.
A buddy of ours, Kuhan Luke. I don't know if you've seen his channel. Great guy. He's getting married soon, and his fiance shows up in chat as the future Mrs. Kuhan.
I love it.
Yeah,
I got a question for this person. Is this person's name begin with a J? We as in us, the community. I have a feeling I know who this is. Yeah, this seems like a friend. So I have a guess. So yeah.
Well, whoever you are, we appreciate you having.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here, and let's just behave. Okay. If you're a friend of mine. No, okay, I'm wrong then. My bad.
Right. Well, whoever you are, I will respect your anonymity. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah.
It's good to have you here with us.
I definitely can't pronounce your username.
I don't know. I'm not making any more assumptions at this point. You know what? That could just be code for something. Yeah, I'm not doing it. But like and subscribe while you're here. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we now? I'm the better of the two.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get distracted.
Yeah. Yeah, where are we? 851 subs, which I'm pretty proud of. I mean, it's not a ton, but
No, it's awesome.
I mean, for a Lego channel that puts out virtually no recorded content, it's not terrible. And September 1st is our 100th episode.
Okay, awesome.
It's been a fun ride. Met some awesome people.
You got to start, and it's funny about social media. I was talking to a friend earlier that's a photographer about this, and the advice I was giving to her was that everybody will tell you have to post every day on social media. That's mostly the common knowledge that people will try to give you, and I'm a believer that that's kind of a misdirection from the real thought, which is if you do something every day, you're going to get better at it. Like, it's not the algorithm that's magically giving you the gates open because you've posted enough times. It's just because you've gotten your skill set good enough that you've gotten better at it, that it's getting more play. Like, it just seems like if you iterate something enough, you're going to get improvement on it, or at least see what you're doing wrong, right? And if you choose not to improve, that's on you. But my opinion is that advice tends to fall a little bit, off to the side of the real issue, which is just you got to go to work. You got to put in the work to do this stuff. You put in a lot of work to make 100 episodes, right? I mean, it's work, man. Like, I'm a big believer in you're always sacrificing. There's never a day in my life where something's not suffering, right? So whether it's my regular work, whether it's my outside of work, whether it's my hobbies, whether it's like, dude, I don't watch TV. Like, I don't have time for TV. So like, I want to do too much. And it's a unique period of life, or a unique season of life for me, where I get to lose sleep for something I genuinely enjoy, instead of losing sleep over stress, anxiety, whatever it is. I'm losing sleep because there's so much to do in my day. I'm literally not wanting to go to bed. Like, I just want to keep going, and get more accomplished. So that's where I'm at with a lot of this, is like, just want to grow on a daily basis, accept feedback, really just be humble about as much as I can, so that way I can still accept the feedback in a positive way and grow. Because man, perspective is everything. I know that, and I've learned it very, very well. And you can be the smartest person in the world, the most intelligent that I've ever met, but you don't get wisdom until you get age. And if you spend a lot of time talking to people that have age, you can learn a lot of things, whether they're intelligent or not. So I'm on that journey of trying to grow with this stuff, and want to make as many ideas. What I think is really cool about all this is there's a couple things that people have told me already through either Instagram or TikTok that I've incorporated. Like, people were like, okay, what about this or what about that? And I'm like, yeah, man, like, I'm in. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. And my like goal would be, what can we make all together? And I know that sounds like corny, but like, I would love to hear what everybody wants, and let's just do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't mind doing it. Like, let's go after the design, or the most effective thing we could possibly do and solve a problem with, right? And it's cool if you could get all this input that is different walks of life, different people that have seen the problem a different way, and then all of a sudden you can create the real solution, like a body, right? So
It's when you get so close to a product, because like you're designing these things that your baby, you've had it's however many iterations of each.
yep.
You
Too
get
many.
yeah, you get so close to it, you get tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And
Phew.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes like the most obvious solution you just can't see.
Yep.
And then somebody who has no idea what they're talking about comes in and says, dumbass, there's something sticking out of one of those corners that you're
Yes.
missing. It's like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking. Oh, yeah, you're right.
That happened. That actually happened. So the guy that I thought, I'm not going to go back to this, but the guy that I thought might be in the chat was sitting with me one night, and we were playing with the 726, and it was in that design with the inner wall. It still had just the inner wall, or just the outer ring. It had the inner wall. I'm playing around with it, and he's going, you're really just like wasting space. So then So then I was like, okay, what if I put just a ring inside the wall? Like, we'll just do a second ring, inside the wall. And he looks at me and he's like, then why are you going to keep the wall? And I was like, good point. Right? Like, that is like, it was so staring me right in the face, right? Like, I didn't need the wall at that point if I'm putting figs inside it. So, and that's exactly what you're talking about. So I respect what you're saying greatly.
Yeah, it's so hard. We've been building this app for, I don't know, what are we, 2 years maybe, something like
Okay.
that. And unfortunately, I'm terrible at promoting it because it feels like self-promotion
Sure.
because it's my baby.
I'm
But
okay with that.
but I need to learn to promote it because it's not self-promotion; it's a benefit to the community. Right?
Yeah.
And if you look in our Discord, it's like once every month or 6 weeks, it's like, hey guys, dump a bunch of suggestions in our suggestion box channel or DM me or whatever. What do you guys want to see coming up in the app?
Okay.
And then usually I'll do a giveaway or something, and I'll pull a name from a wheel and I'll give somebody a free gear, or a brickhead or something, just for making a suggestion.
Sure.
And then a week or two later, it's like, surprise guys, here's 5 new updates to the app. Like,
From their suggestions.
It is many of the suggestions that we can figure out how to do and make them happen.
That's so cool.
And sure, like the origin of all of this was to build tools for me to make Lego investing easier.
Yeah.
But I'm not selfish, right?
Right.
And well, maybe a little, because
Everybody
I don't like
is.
Yeah, but because I also don't like to pay for things. So
Yeah.
if I can have the tool I want
Mm-hmm.
and share it, and everybody else can put in a tiny little bit to help pay for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I would prefer for people to download these and do the paid downloads. So, it's not that I don't want to print them for people, and I'm very happy to, but I would much rather be using my printers for prototyping and, exploring and, pushing limits on other things. So, and I'm very happy to print them. I'm very happy to, send them out. But dude, I'd really love for just everybody to download it. Like, that'd be cool. That's all. Maybe it's a price thing. I don't know what the threshold is there. We've had a ton of downloads already, but like, it's one of those things. You understand how big the market is, and the world, because we're not talking about United States really in this, and I think that's what's opened my eyes the most on this. In this little 2-month journey that I've been on with these products is. The international community is much bigger than the United States. I think I need to realize that and be humble about it, right? We're not always the center of the universe. So the international community is very big, and they have great ideas too, and there's some real interesting opportunity with that. So. I don't know where all that leads for me, but I know that it's been exciting to talk to people from across the world. So, I think that's cool.
Yeah. You said one of these, I forget which one, takes a whole spool to make.
Yeah.
What's the print time
on that? So that's about 24 hours. So that's the big new cake. So, yeah, that's this one. So technically, the 726 takes 2 spools. So when it's all assembled with the all the parts. So, but yeah, I mean the 726 is 2 spools. It's over 2,000 grams, 2,100 to be exact. So, so yeah, I mean that's a big girl. So she's got a little weight to her, and like I said, the idea was go as big as possible. We'll back it out from there. So I figured we'll make some smaller sizes if it's too much, but I want the biggest one possible.
Yeah. So 2 spools. So just assuming because it's twice as much, that's 2 days to print that.
No, more. So yeah, because once again, keep in mind, like not one printer, right? So I'm printing multiple parts at once. So the larger discs, Yeah, I do know this number. I think it's 40 hours. I'm wrong. It's under 2 days. I think it's 40 hours. Maybe it's 39, 40 hours with everything combined, including the base. So, because it's 9 tiers and then a base. So, I think everything, there's nothing that prints on that one under 3 hours for the item. So, maybe the very top prints 245. But yeah, I'm going to go with, somewhere around 40 hours. The big disc, like the tier one, I know where threw it somewhere. That one will take about 9 to 10 hours just for that disc. So with the 150 slots. So,
Wow.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
not running them on slow machines. So no.
So, unfortunately, my mind always goes like to production, right?
Sure.
So if you got enough requests for these,
Yeah.
would you consider like going to a plastics manufacturer or something
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and talking about something like that, like actually
Yeah.
putting them into production?
Yep. Yeah, I developed a bearing already, and I do like it. I don't love it, so I'm gonna keep working on that. It's a printed bearing, and it's something that would really help the 726. I like the spin on it. I don't love the spin on it. I'm honest about everything. So um, I think it could benefit from a bearing of some sort, but noise is a concern, and just the way, once again, you just heard, like, there's a lot of print time to it already. So the way I've designed it so far is you have to pause and you have to do a bunch of stuff. So like there's more to it than I'd like there to be. But um, so I'm open to redoing the designs themselves or going to somebody else to redo the designs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not concrete on anything. I'm very abundant about all of this. So, it's like, yeah, I mean, like, I talk to people about copyright and stuff, and I'm probably shooting myself in the foot saying all this, which I don't care. I talked to a guy that's, trusted about this stuff, and he's like, dude, he's like, the big guys are going to rip you off anyway, and the little guys, all you can do is send cease and desist. So what's the point, right? So you can start going through all that stuff, and you thankfully you get some nice protections with the print platforms, and I can send a usage or personal use license and all that stuff. So there's nice stuff you can do, but like as far as like legally, really, I mean, my opinion on this, and once again, I know I'm shooting myself in the foot saying all this, like eventually somebody's going to do something with this. If it's really that good, somebody's going to do something with it, probably other than me, right? And I'm okay with that, right? Even if I see something I created eventually someday somewhere else, yeah, sure, that sucks, but like in some way I'm still proud that it was me, right? So that actually came up with an idea good enough that other people found, and it's good enough to steal, right? So I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
There'll be
always
more.
yeah, it's always nice when your baby stays home, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and look, I mean, I don't know where all this leads. I'm not trying to be the world's biggest minifigure stand manufacturer because I like to do a lot of things. But I right now I'm having a lot of fun. I like engaging on this stuff. I like concepts of new ideas of how things could be done better, and I like being able to organize my collection better. Right, so just kind of self-serving. So. Yeah, like you said, just the Lego thing is so fun. Just from the pieces. Like, you ever say to somebody every piece has a serial number, and they just look at you with like, really? Every
Yeah.
piece has a serial number? You're like, yeah, like it really does, and a value. They're like, really? It's like, yeah, man, that's how cool it is. Like, it lasts, and the pieces that were made in the '70s connect to the pieces that were made in 2026.
Yeah.
So.
And most of them still work pretty well.
My youngest son is 6. He has an embarrassing amount of 1980s sets in his room that he can barely walk on the floor of his room because it's all 1980s Lego. Like, that's what he calls it, 1980s Lego. But it's like the Exxon sets and all that old cool stuff. So
Yeah,
every time that comes in, he snatches it. So it's all him.
that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do they have? It's 5 colors, 7 colors, or something back then.
Back then, yeah.
It's so limited. So few actual parts. Like they had to do so
Right.
much with so little.
You're right. The designs did so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your mind did so much. Yeah.
And I think that everything changed in the world of Lego
Uh-huh.
the day they put the garage door panel pieces out.
Okay. That's an
The
interesting take.
like,
Okay.
like the wide, narrow ones with the little wings on them.
I know exactly what you mean.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's my favorite part. I
Yeah.
love those.
For any
And,
firehouse or police station
yep.
or anything like
And
that. Yeah.
I am a sucker for an old police station firehouse.
Yeah.
Just the operation of those doors, how they ride, and
Yeah.
the like the grooved out, like whatever that
Oh, yeah.
1x8s or 1x12. Such a cool design.
Yeah.
And like the red one with the handle on it, that one piece is worth like $8 or something. Very expensive.
Okay.
I mean, it's very expensive, but for what it is, right?
Yeah. Hey, any $10 single piece.
Yeah.
That's an expensive part, right?
Yeah. And that was when everything changed, I think, because
Okay.
as soon as you added that element instead of like the actual like click doors or like the giant garage door.
Yeah. The roll is such a smooth thing.
Yeah, it was. It functioned so well,
Mhm.
and it added an element of realism that they hadn't had before.
Right.
And if you go back and you look at old manuals and like old box designs, as soon as that piece came out, like aesthetically, everything changed.
Yep.
I don't remember what year it was exactly, but I don't know, it's the late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
I didn't know that. So that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that one was cool. I love that piece. And what a stupid thing to appreciate, but yeah, big fan of that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 1x2. So, yeah.
Well, you use an awful lot of them, right?
I do. Yeah. So it happens.
Well, it's a good piece to like because they're affordable for the most part.
That is accurate. So,
Yeah.
because some of them, not so much. Some of these pieces.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen the. Well, you must have seen it. There's 1x5s now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What is it? There's 1x3 and 1x4 cheese wedges.
I saw
cheese
those.
wedge
I'm
are-
actually very intrigued by that piece.
Yeah.
I like that piece.
Yeah. Well, the 1x4 is great. I'm fully in favor of that. But I saw that there's a 1x3.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, okay, but I don't think you necessarily have to manufacture every size of everything.
Right, when you already have a 1 that can make 3. Yeah.
Yeah, like sure, some of these sets have inflated part counts because they do things like
That.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
They
they'll
use
do
3 1s where a 3 could go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then people say, "Oh, well, it's got a great part-to-piece ratio," and then it's like, "Yeah," and the whole set is studs. Right?
It's all studs. Yeah. 100% studs.
Yeah.
I heard that about Minas Tirith too. I heard there's a lot of little pieces in Minas Tirith. So, yeah. It's disappointing a little, but
Yeah,
no biggie.
I struggle with that so bad. I could never do a mosaic. Just
Oh, that I do.
yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple of
Fire.
those.
Like I have great appreciation for them. Like the mock builders who do mosaics, they blow my mind. Like I physically cannot do it. They're so hard.
I don't think I have any down here. They're all upstairs. I built a few of those.
Of the sets or mocks?
Mocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From scratch, or you use Studio for that?
From scratch.
Really?
Yeah. So I did
That's
a golf
impressive.
course, a lighthouse, a couple other things. So, yeah.
Good for you. That's
My wife. If my wife's listening, bring one down. So I don't think she's in here though. So, but yeah, no, there's some pretty cool ones. We've actually we haven't sold any, but we've given them away to friends, and the reception on them is pretty cool. So we did them matted in frames, so they're pretty cool. Like
Oh,
behind glass.
Those are the ones that are on your Etsy page.
Yes,
Oh, those are actual Lego. I thought those were prints.
those
Like
are
I,
Lego mocks.
oh, holy shit, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh, that's a
Huh.
huge compliment for you to say you thought it was a print. So
Yeah, I've only seen them on my phone, so they've been kind of small.
sure, yeah.
And
Yeah, they're on
hunting
the
for
back end of the page there, but yeah, that I
yeah,
started the Etsy page for those originally. Because
wow,
I was
all right,
like, I like doing these. You know, my grandfather painted when I was a kid. He's an Italian, and you know, if you're an Italian, you either get old and paint or make wine. And he painted, and I can't paint worth a lick. So I was like, but you know what? I know how to place one by ones, and yeah,
cool.
so I just started placing some one by ones and saw what happened. Oh, apparently there are some mosaics down here. I just found out. So. You know what happens when you have a bunch of Lego? You have no idea where any of it is. So,
Yeah,
you know, you're like, all right, yeah, they're somewhere. So,
yeah.
and also we just found out my wife is listening, but is not user OTBJ or whatever we got there. So,
Okay,
good news.
that's so funny. No, I love it.
Me too. Good to have fun.
Yeah. So, are you an engineer of some sort by trade? Do you have any kind of crossover from your
No,
9 to 5 to this
no.
kind of stuff? No. Okay. What is this? Thank you both. Good combo and inspired by you both, but time for bed. Night, fellas.
That's my brother.
Oh, all right.
I didn't realize he was in here, but so I'm sure he's happy. I gave him a shout out, Mike. So appreciate you, buddy. So you mean the world to me. Thank you very much.
Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so day job and this stuff completely disconnected.
Okay. No, he's good. He's all on. Yeah, we're good. So sorry, what'd you
Day job has nothing to do
say? No,
with
I've
this
been in
kind
the
of stuff.
insurance business for 20 years. So
Insurance. Okay,
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
disconnected.
yeah,
Wow.
completely disconnected. So yeah, I mean it's a very good business. So I've been there 20 years, and obviously has allowed me to be able to be in the Lego collecting arena for quite a while. So and I truly, like I said, I just like to work. So this is, I do that, and then I do this, and then I do more, and then I sleep for a little bit, and then I do more. So
Wow, that's such. How do the people in the insurance world feel about Lego? Do you share that with them?
wait, say that one more time. I missed that.
Like, do you talk to people in your day job about your hobby?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they all know what I do. So yeah, they. I mean, I kind of live a very open way, and um, they all I'm sure think that it's just they kind of know me as eccentric to begin with, right? So
Okay.
I've always, I mean, if you're going to be in sales 20 years, some of sales for 20 years, like you're better be a little bit strange, right? So and that's why, like, I think all of us, I work with a great group of people. There's about 50 of us, and
Wow.
so we all are a little strange. So we all have our intricacies, and it's like everybody's got their uniqueness. So, and a couple of them are fans and clients, per se, that have bought designs or bought Bricklink, stuff like that.
Cool.
So a bunch of them encourage the social media stuff. So it's all a lot of fun.
Nice. So they're not going to give you shit, on a Monday morning if they see a video of you washing parts in your driveway or something.
Oh, they know. So they definitely know. So yeah, I mean, prior to all that, I mean, when I took my break from Lego, I was driving a lot of hours towing boats to go fishing in freshwater lakes that you probably had no business being on. So yeah, so they knew I was already a little nuts. So
Oh, that's fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, I love those mesh racks that you had. In that
Oh
video.
yeah, the sweater drying racks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, brilliant idea. Just
Amazon.
just the extra airflow there. It's huge.
Yeah, it is actually. So, and you can kind of like pick them up and slam them down, and then you'd be like the amount of water that comes out of it is pretty good, satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah, because
As long as you don't do it in the house often.
Yeah.
Life doesn't like that.
I we do a lot with the salad spinner as far as rinsing and drying and whatnot. And my wife went away, so I took over the kids' bathtub and used the kids' bathtub and washed a lot of Lego in garment bags, right? So nothing's going down the drain. And then out of sight, out of mind, I don't use the kids' bathroom, so I forgot about it. And they came home. We go away for 2 or 3 days, and the kids' bathtub is full of Lego. What are you doing? Oh no, I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah. And then you got to
Oh.
take a bath, or it's time for that. And you're like, now I got to deal with this.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's a whole bathtub full of Lego that you forgot about for 36 hours. It's like now everybody's home. How the hell do you dry that much Lego now? I gotta
Yeah.
go back to work.
I know. It's a lot of drying. And then, like,
Yeah.
oh, if you don't dry it, it's a pain. So
Yeah.
it's got hair stuck it'll stick everything to it if you don't dry it.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
those little racks do come in handy, especially in the summer. So we've used the heck out of them. So
Are those stackable?
yeah, they are.
All right. So you could go like 5 or 8 years or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
The only problem is it does sag the more bricks you put on. You know what I mean? So like the more you have on it loaded, the stacking function kind of depletes. But yeah.
Yeah. I hate the idea of like disassembling for storage, but stacking for storage.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they also kind of like nest inside each other if you kind of cock them like on a little bit of an angle. So for storage purposes, you can kind of like cock them in a little bit of an angle all over each other, and then they all like lay against each other essentially.
Okay, so like Phantom, like a deck of cards. Almost.
Exactly. Thank you. Better description. Yep.
Okay.
I'm struggling with that one.
Right.
Yep.
On. All right, I like that. Because okay. But vertical space is the space I don't need to save.
I was just about to say that, but you have vertical space. So, yeah. That's oof. Always. It's like if you don't have desk space, you better have airspace. So.
Yeah, it's our packing station is in our kitchen at this point because everything else has been taken over. And
Love it.
I'm just thinking there's a little corner of the kitchen where I can just store all of those.
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah.
I'd be hanging them from a ceiling somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be getting a hook, and I'd be hanging them from a ceiling against a wall.
Yeah. That's a good idea too. I noticed that you had flying dragons.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a fishing line?
Fishing line, yep. Usually 6 to 8 pound fluoro.
Okay.
It pretty invisible, but yeah, I'm trying to hang everything. So, because honestly, it's like there's no more space. So yeah, everything I literally have like 5 things I can see from here that we just took down to hang other places. So, yeah. Actually, one of my favorite things right now is the alien mothership with the beam up inside the city.
Yeah.
So my kids did that, and I did help them hang it, but they put that whole little scene together. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So,
I did see that. That's awesome.
yeah, that's fun.
What a cool set.
It is a cool set. Like it's got is it a sound brick or a light brick in it? I forget. It's got some function to it too, and like I think it's a light brick. And I just think it's a neat looking set. So
it's Alien Conquest.
Alien Conquest. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I think the green translucent kind of minifigures. They were like a 2-piece thing.
Yeah, well, the heads are translucent, I would say. I would call them.
Yeah. If I have any of those sitting in front of me here.
You got any minifigs around?
I wonder if maybe that's not the theme I'm thinking of. They weren't like regular minifigures. They were like almost like the battle droids.
You talking about? I know what you're talking about. The ones that go in the tubes.
Yes.
Mars mission, I think it is.
Oh,
Or
that's
not Mars. Not Mars mission.
it's Mission to Mars. Or
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of the theme. I have the tube set, the purple tube set, the where you hit the pump and you shoot
Yep.
them through the tubes.
yeah.
They go in the little like it's like a little slide piece with little round circles on either end.
Yeah. It's like a bobsled with a
Yeah,
cap on it there.
I know where that is.
What the hell were those things called? They were so cool.
You talk about these things, right? These things look like battle droids.
No, but I do love those.
Is this?
No.
No?
What?
I thought we were talking about these, but I might be wrong.
Are those the ones that live in that little tunnel?
I'm pretty sure these are the ones that go through the tubes. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure though.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially these purple ones.
Was there like a competition to those?
I don't know. Alien invasion? I don't know.
Somehow,
That's what I get for being away from a computer for 10 minutes.
Somehow, usually when something like this comes up, I mysteriously have one
One
of
laying
for
around.
days. Yeah, it's weird that I don't. Whatever. I'm not going to look it up now. It'll either turn up or it doesn't. But
And it'll bother you, then I'll probably look it up immediately when we're done.
yeah. And yeah, this computer doesn't have any of my Bricklink stuff up, so I can do
This
that.
one.
Hey, Sean's here. What's going on, Sean?
Hi, Sean.
If you are not familiar with ACOB, you should check them out on Thursday nights.
Okay.
9-ish p.m.
Okay.
Over here on YouTube.
Oh, I'm happy to.
Yeah,
I always got something in the background going, for sure.
Yeah, it's probably the most entertaining Lego-related show that you'll find on YouTube.
Okay.
It's put the kids to bed, but yeah.
I'm hoping they already are, but at this point, all bets are off. So.
Yeah, it's they're all good people, but it's not necessarily all family friendly. But, yeah.
I'm definitely not family friendly. If we talk long enough, it'll come out.
Yeah. It's great music, great banter. Like, chat is fantastic. Like, the whole community aspect there is so good. Yeah,
Cool.
amazing people.
I appreciate it. I'll check it out for sure. ACOM.
Yep. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, these little alien things just threw my whole head off.
Yeah, we went on a tangent there. My bad. It's, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, so I, as you can tell, I start, retired Lego themes. It's like, all right, I'm in. Let's talk.
Yeah, it's good stuff. These days, do you pay attention to new releases? Like,
No.
No, not at all.
No, I can't say not at all. I mean, how could you not? If you're on social media today, the way they do things, I mean, you have to see them, right? So, do I want every set that comes out? No, I don't. So, I mean, there's retired stuff I want more than some of the new stuff that comes out. And I do like some of the new stuff that's come out. For instance, like, I know this is a little bit controversial, but I like the Death Star. So, I'm not, it was a cool build experience. I think it's a cool set. Like, when I put it next to the original one, I'm surprised about like I have the OG Death Star over there, and like I look at it and I'm like, this felt so big to me when I got this. Like, so big, the original one. And now I look at the new one and I'm like, this was really a lot bigger. And I didn't feel that way till I saw it in store for the first time. and I was really a hater on it online about it beforehand. So now I feel really idiotic about that today because I do really like that set. So there are still like I bought that pretty early on in the release here, not too far out from its release. So like I wanted the gift with purchase, you know, all that. I hate that they had to complete it like that, but I get it. So, yeah, all that, right? So, yeah, I think that answers your question, long-winded, and then I still like some of the new stuff, but man, I'm chasing some of that old stuff. You know how it goes, right? If I could spend $500 on bulk versus 500 in a Lego store on one set, I guarantee the value I'm bringing in house on that 500 in that bulk is going to be a heck of a lot more value than that set will bring to me at any point.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever get afraid of like, oh man, I really want that, but I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on it now, and then you got to wait like 7 or 8 years, 10 years before you actually have a chance to find it in a bulk lot, or
I don't.
you don't care enough.
No, it's not that. I think people are very interesting in what they do on Marketplace. I'm sure you've seen about what I'm about to talk about, right? But I've bought lots that are very new. Like I like feel like they're giving away someone's childhood. You know, like I mean, I'm
Yeah.
talking like 50% of it's still new in bag, and we're talking mostly all sets still in stores. You know, so like sometimes you run into lots like that, you know, like I got Mecha Team Leader like that, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
yeah, just one of 30 or 40 sets that were almost brand new in a $200 lot, you know, like, yeah.
Wow.
I know, I know. So, and like he clearly just went in there and poached a couple figs here and there, like whatever, whoever had it, poached a couple figs here and there, didn't build the sets, ripped a couple bags open. That was it, man. So, you know, so I answer that question because that's my perspective on it is like sometimes it's coming to me even sooner. You know, the Eggman mech recently, you know, the Sonic Eggman mech, you know, I got that in a bulk last year and it was like a couple months old. You know, I was like, okay, you know, that's cool. And that I was probably the first person to sell that on Bricklink. I put that on Bricklink and it sold like instantly. So as far as a used set, you know, maybe some people sold new on there, but there was like no used listings. I think it was the only one at the time in the United States for that set, and it sold like instantly. So
Man, it's crazy.
yeah,
Sometimes you ever make up stories in your head about how this stuff became possible?
totally.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a 17-year-old kid, his first car broke down and he needs some money to get it fixed. And, you know, McDonald's isn't going to pay for it.
Yeah, found myself in a storage locker recently asking that question before I even left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did I end up here? So let's just put it this way: I wasn't the only buyer that arrived.
Yeah. Yeah. How did I arrive here? And it shows up at the bottom of like your mental screen 3 days before, 3 days earlier.
Yeah, but I should have worried a little more about this. There's signs. There's always signs, right? You know, there's always like every time something's a little weird, there's always a couple signs ahead of time. So
Yeah.
the normal deals are always normal. The Facebook deals that are weird, I always know ahead of time it's gonna get weird.
Yeah, they turn next level weird.
Sometimes, but I'm cool with that. It's the spice of life.
Yeah, well, they make for some of the best stories, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You come home and tell your kids, you're not going to believe this one. Wait till you hear.
Yeah. Well, in the insurance business, I was going to people's houses, still do, you know, for many years, and I've seen it all. So there's not, I mean, everything from the hoarder houses that you've seen on TV shows to like, you know, I've just everything has happened, you know.
Oh, the hoarder houses. They kill me.
Yeah.
So I work in construction, so I've
Yeah.
seen my fair share of those. And,
Yeah.
we're actually doing an insurance job for them
Nice.
from a hoarder house coming up, and
Yep.
they had so much stuff in there that, you know, the mold and the sheetrock gets soft and then things cave in.
Yep.
And the cave in actually like ruptured a 90 in the copper pipes, and it ended up flooding the house. So yeah.
Question for you. Speaking of that, do you get water in your basement?
Down here where I am,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Okay. You're
no,
dry.
yeah.
So I have to worry about that a little bit. We just had a bad storm, and I have 2 sump pumps going all the time, and I had a French drain backup, and we were like, so the only cool thing is the Lego floats, right? So if I ever have a really
Except for
bad
the boats.
flood, yeah, it's all just gonna be like floating down here, like it's gonna be a huge project, right? So, but
Yeah.
thought,
I love that like every Lego boat set tells you right on the box that it doesn't float.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
that's
kids.
they need to do better with that. I think some of the new ones supposedly do. So with the style of the hole that I've seen recently. So, and another answer to your question earlier is like I see a lot of new sets. Don't get me wrong. Like I got 2 sons that bring a lot of new sets into the house. So, it's funny they use their spending money that they earn from rebuilding used sets to buy new sets. So, it's kind of a
Good for
vicious cycle. So, so I appreciate the new stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, it's when so much use goes through your hand, it's easy to feel a little guilty for buying a new set too.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
could
don't
just wait a year. I get 2 years. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I don't pay full price for anything anyway. I'm
How
not
can
a
you?
day one guy, but
No.
like I've made a whole business of not paying full price. I certainly can't do it myself.
Sure. It's
I
a
was
habit.
just I was just building Sauron's helmet,
Yep.
and like I got it cheap. It's $42, so it's a real good price.
It's a 70 retail, am I right? 69.99
Yeah.
retail. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's overpriced, but
Yeah.
that's me. And I'm a
Yeah.
big Lord of the Rings fan. So
Yeah. I think 50 would have probably been the sweet spot for regular price. And
yep, I can live with that.
42, I felt like it was a pretty good deal. I mean, it's
I'd buy it at
solid.
42. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's solid minifigure. I'll sell the minifigure. I won't keep it. But,
It's the same Barrador minifig, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Same one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's solid. Mm-hmm.
And I'm building it, and it's like I could have just not. Like it, like the end product is great. Like I really like the set built, but I bought it because it looks cool built,
Oh, totally.
and the build experience is kind of shitty, honestly.
Is it? Okay, I don't
Yeah.
have it. So yeah.
Yeah, I also struggle when every damn piece in the set is the same color.
Yeah. Totally agree.
That
Yeah.
it's just
All the same hue, even like all the black, dark gray, dark. Yeah. Nah. I'm with you.
And like I dump out a full bag of dark bluish gray. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there were a couple of black clips in the bag.
A couple black clips.
Yeah,
That's
it's
funny.
like, oh man, hold on, let me get my glasses on.
Yeah.
Squint at this thing. Building
can
it
be
on a
like that.
live stream during my daughter's live stream was when I was building it. So I'm trying to pay attention to her. And it's like,
Right.
man, this sucks. I'm gonna go back to building things with some color.
Yeah. I mean, I do like a good, all black or all like I like Barrador. I
Yeah.
like all that black. So I'm a sucker for a big black wall. Like even these big mocks, like where they have a big big dark gray, bluish gray section. And you're like, ooh, that looks nice.
But like, give me some dimension. I think that helps.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah.
But with Sauron's helmet, you're building basically panels with clips.
Yeah.
And you're using those to kind of make the dimension.
Kind of like the Star Wars helmets, like Rex or Cody and stuff like that.
It'd be kind of the same idea.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're building something very, very flat and all one color. Like that doesn't amuse me. Of course, in the process of bitching about this, the most recent set I bought was the Batman logo, which
Okay.
is all black, right? But there is some cool stuff going on
Yeah.
in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many little Easter eggs and things like that. That was cheap. That was 50% off. I think we got that.
Where do you buy most of your new Lego?
Walmart clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially in July.
40% off. It wasn't 50. It's 40% off. But
Yeah, you can hit some good ones.
I'm still mad that the one copy of the Batwing I had, I sold.
Ooh.
Oh no, I didn't sell that. I gave that away. That's right. I gave that away.
Does that make it better?
I mean, it went to somebody we knew.
Oh, there you go.
I feel a little better about it. There was someone we really liked that won, so that was.
Oh, good.
But I wanted something Batman on the wall that was like fun and I appreciated.
Yeah.
This one takes up less space, so it's probably better. It was a lot cheaper. So
Okay.
good.
So you do a giveaway?
We do a lot of giveaways.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. We gave away the Black Pearl, the new one. We gave away the UCS Razor Crest.
Wow, you mean that's 2 fire sets right off the bat that you just said. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's.
And you get a good response to that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I haven't been here to know this till now, but yeah.
I mean, we don't promote nearly well enough either, but
sure.
the responses have been pretty good, and it's hard to watch the analytics and properly attribute where all of your dollars are coming in. Right?
Absolutely.
And our funnel is so wide at the top.
Good.
It makes it very difficult.
That's ideal though.
Yeah, but I'm fairly confident that all of our giveaways have ended up being profitable long term. Right?
Cool.
It's the lifetime value of our customer is like we're low ticket, but our average customer sticks with us for 9 months or something.
Right.
So it's not so bad.
No, that's very good.
So
in this day and age where people are so quick to move, so
yeah, we're also low ticket enough that people tend to forget that we're a subscription.
How about that?
Yeah, so that's
like a gym
good
membership.
Yeah.
I understand.
I don't understand the gym membership though, because like I get so many emails from the gym. Like I don't know how I could ever forget the membership.
Yeah,
Like,
I think willful bliss, ignorance and bliss. So it's like, well, if I remember, I got to keep it, so I might go. So I get it.
I'm also a sucker for a good marketing email.
Okay.
I love them, even if I never have any intent to buy. Like I love to see how
A catchy marketing email.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I love to see how each brand approaches their customer.
Yeah.
Because you have the good ones that treat it like the hero's journey, where they are the guide, you are the hero, and they want to walk you through like your adventure. And then you have the ones that are trying to sell you a lifestyle, like, oh, you're going to be like the it girl or whatever the term is.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then there's the ones that basically come right out and say, well, you are fucking poor and you're going to stay poor forever unless you buy whatever it is, or, buy this.
You got to invest in this crypto.
Yeah. And they're just so blunt, they're almost cruel. And it's like,
I like it though.
yeah, like
I love it in your face though. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Like, wow, that's really direct. And is there a freemium version? Like, hey, what can I check out here? Because that was me, and I'm a masochist, so let me sign up.
I get it.
Yeah, I love that stuff. And like, how can I learn from these things, and then
what do you glean from it? Yeah.
And I'm never going to be mean in an email, but
yeah. I mean, marketing's a funny thing. So it's changing all the time. You know, you got to know people. Yeah, that's it. Like I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't pretend to. So I just have fun. And really, I think if you're authentic about what you're doing, I think that comes through. And I have fun with it. I'm authentic about it, and really, I'm talking about social media right at the second, but I think that you just can't take it all too seriously and make it your be all. So that's some people might do that, and that's a danger. So
Well, and there is so much extra value and authenticity now because this whole like world of AI and whatever.
amen.
Like, I think all of us, like in the last 48 hours, whether we know it or not, well, I guess that's almost going to be contradictory here, but we've all been fooled by AI in some kind of way and not known it.
Man,
Like,
I had an email earlier where I was like, "Damn, I'm good at this, but this is a good email." Ooh, I mean, is this me? This might be me. No, I don't know. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah,
So they're tricky for sure.
yeah. And
So
I it blows my mind how good these things are, and
the
I'm
music, oh
yeah,
yeah,
like,
you're just like, what?
yeah. Our intro was obviously AI. I certainly didn't write any of that. I
That was
mean,
really good, by the way. I was vibing to that. That was
thank
nice.
you.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
So,
I worked with the AI, and we went through all of that, and
mm-hmm.
Derek, who's on our team, is fantastic. He put the video together.
Yep.
I think we're 12 guests behind at this point.
Okay.
So we're due for an update. We clearly can't make it any longer because it would be crazy. So we're gonna have to redesign it some kind of way. But that's cool, and AI will help with the next iteration of it. I
Sure.
think.
Yeah. That's
And
that's where like you don't need to be an engineer. Like you asked me earlier, like, do you have an engineering background? Nah, man, but I know how to answer questions and ask questions, and I know how to attack a problem. So, and that's where like a curious mind today can really flourish in this environment where all the access to information is really at your fingertips. And
yeah,
I've been very early to adopt some of that stuff, and it's helped me be able to learn a lot of things that, like, I mean, just screenshotting and asking questions like, hey, this doesn't work, this, I can't draw this, I can't do that, what, just to be able to do stuff like that today, you have no idea how much of an advantage that gives you in this world. Like, for kids, like, it just to be able to get that info. I mean, imagine if you wanted to learn to be a carpenter in 1910, and you had to walk to the next town to be a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
to now today, you can just jump on your phone and it's like, well, if you want to learn carpentry, which version of it would you like and what language? Like, is there ever been a better time to want to grow? I mean,
yeah,
I don't think so. So,
yeah. I mean, if you're a visual learner, damn near everything you could ever want is on YouTube.
right.
Just
That's what I
right there.
mean. I mean, how much am I on YouTube? All the time. So, it's funny. It's still the thing you're using. Like I know you've probably been saying, I mean, how many years have you been feeling that way? You know what I mean? Like we're going a decade plus now. It's like if I want to learn something, I go to YouTube. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, talking to the wife about it the other day. Last year's YouTube Wrapped or whatever they called it, like the yearly summary. I had like 78 days of podcast listen time just
Okay,
on YouTube.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I
That's
mean,
a lot. But you're perfecting your craft.
yeah. Well, and I also like in the day job, I basically work alone, so
Hmm.
I have the headset on all
Ah, I
day.
got you.
So
Yep.
8 hours a day, it's basically podcast. I'll sprinkle in some music, but I get less distracted by podcasts than I do with music.
Yeah.
Because music comes on, I'm singing along, I'm rocking out like an idiot. With a podcast, I can stay mellow and I can kind of like half be in, half be out of a conversation.
Yeah, it's like talking to a buddy while you're working.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
just listen to a conversation between two people while you're working. Yeah,
Yeah.
or three or four. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's especially good on the days where I get the big window. I'll from the building department. I'll be there between 8 and noon.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
The job's at a standstill until I get the inspection, so I'm just sitting and waiting for 3 or 4 hours.
Yep.
Thank God
I know
for
what you mean.
podcasts. Yeah.
Thank God for podcasts. First one I ever found was many years ago, and I was driving to Maine by myself, and I was towing a boat, and I left, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night to drive there, and I had to drive through New York City and over the bridges and everything with a boat, and so anyways, so I did all this with I found podcast. I found the podcast app on my phone at that moment, like the little icon right on an iPhone. And I remember jumping into a fishing podcast at that time. And I listened to that podcast for 10 hours till I got to Maine and never shut it off. I was just blown away that was what I could do, because it just took my mind off what I was doing so much more than music. So it was very mind changing or mind altering.
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with Gary Vee.
Yeah, from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he said for ages that if there's something you know a lot about, don't worry if you know anybody else who cares about that subject. If you know a lot about it, start a podcast, start a YouTube show, whatever, and just talk about the thing that you're excited about. There is somebody else there who is excited.
Definitely.
Don't worry. Your audience will find you. Just be good at what you do and just do it. And if nobody listens, all your friends tell you you're stupid, well, your friends don't need to listen.
Yeah.
There are more of you.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. And that, it just goes like you own a restaurant, you should give a deal to your friends and I'm sorry, did I say that wrong? It was the old adage of your friends should pay full price and I'm saying it wrong. Screw it.
No, I get what you're saying. If your friends are really going to support you, they should pay full price.
Right. Yeah. And then no, because the enemy shouldn't get the discount. Oh, you should get the discount from your. That's what it was. When you go to the restaurant, you should pay full price, and you should get a discount from your enemies. You get me? So it's your friend's restaurant. You're giving them support, but your enemies, it's okay to go on sale.
Yeah.
I butchered that one.
Yeah. Yeah. The concept is right there. You always want to help out your friends, but they should be fully supporting you, right?
Yeah.
Well, and
totally.
it should go both ways. I mean, if they have their own baby, that whatever, take care of your friends, help them out. Buy that first meal at their restaurant.
That first Lego set.
Yeah.
Make sure they get started in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on. Because especially if it's a brand new business.
Yeah. For sure.
Starting a business is impossible. It sucks. I'm double self-employed. Right?
Yeah.
And it's
I'm quadruple.
Quadruple. Yeah. Ben, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
that's all I know.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Registering a business sucks. Doing taxes sucks.
Yeah.
Issuing 1099s and all of the things. It's all terrible. And it's all so worth it.
What age did you start at?
Late. 36.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did start late. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I worked for the same company for 17 years before I said, you know what, I'm never working for anybody else ever again.
Good for you.
It
takes some people much longer than that in construction. I have friends doing it right now. So.
Yeah, and it was a great 17 years.
Yeah.
I was told the very first day I started working there that I was never going to make any money. Made no bones about it. You're never going to make any money here, but I'm going to teach you more than you could ever learn going to school or anywhere else.
Right.
And I'm going to pay you like shit, but I'm going to treat you right. Learn everything you can. And as soon as you feel like I'm talking down to you,
yeah,
do your own thing.
Yeah.
And I got to that point where it's there is no point in me being here anymore. I'm not going to learn anymore.
Right.
And it's time to start a family, do all the things. And we started a family late, but I had to have the right wife first. So
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
But late is just perspective.
Yeah. And yeah, it's, we had our second kid at 41, so it was a little late.
No big.
But,
Yeah.
But she's awesome, and I'll be 60 when she graduates, so it's whatever. But yeah,
people are living longer, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll see. After all these years, 26 years in the trades now, I don't know how long we're going.
Hey, there's a lot going on. I thought you'd been in the insurance business for 20 years. You know where they're coming out. We won't get into this, but there's a lot of things that are starting to, numbers-wise, say that they think people are going to live longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I want to see my kids for a long time.
Me too, man. So that's the goal. And I want to see how many Lego sets I can actually accumulate before my house explodes.
Yeah. Before the foundation gives out.
Yeah.
Fall to the center of the earth.
No, for real. So I do have space to expand into, but we'll wait on that.
Yeah, you got to fill the entire bag before you go and get yourself a second one. Right?
Yeah, something like that. So.
Well, the Lego store even has bigger bags. You must have seen those on the socials, right?
I love the big bag.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the big bag.
Yeah, I've never actually got a big bag, but
something you got to do is like a bucket list item. You got to drag a set that's too heavy to carry through the mall in a big bag, so that people are staring at you, watching you struggle to carry a set that's too heavy to carry in a big bag through the mall. Yeah. And just so you know, you're going to use the handles, and you don't need to, but you're going to use the handles just because it feels right. But the much easier way to carry it would just be to carry it from the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. And you're going to struggle for a while till you realize that that's the intelligent thing to do.
I wonder if my Lego store even has those bags. I'll have to check. So we have a new Lego store that just opened in, I want to say it was October of last year.
Okay.
And it's actually basically right at the top of my street. It's like a mile and a half.
It's awful.
At most. Yeah, it's terrible. It's a bad spot. It's right next to the movie theater that I take my kid to.
Oh, jeez.
Like it's the perfect disaster. But it's not in a mall.
Mm.
It's in one of these like the new fancy like complex things that they do, where it's got the
like a promenade.
Like it's got all the trail mix stores in it. Like LL Bean and all of like the crunchy things. And there happens to be a new Lego store in there. So there's no need to walk around the mall. You can actually, if you get there at the right time, you can park right in front of the Lego store, get out of your car, walk right in the door, walk right back out.
That's great.
It's very convenient for the just
the random set.
Yeah.
Now, does it have pick-a-brick?
It does.
Oh, okay. See, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So the plus and minus there, it's a tiny, tiny little store.
Sure. I was imagining as you were saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the pad wall is very small.
Ah, okay.
But it's been different every time I've been in there. Entirely different. So
well, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a good little plus.
Yeah. I'm also a sucker for pick-a-brick.
Yeah. I will not buy anything at the Lego store for full price, period. With the exception of GWPs. If there's a GWP, I feel like I'm getting a kickback.
Yeah. Especially if you're selling it for 40 or 50 later, depending on the GWP.
Yeah. It's I have a 20% rule. If I can't get 20% of my purchase price back, then
there you go.
And last time we were in there, I forget if they were out of the GWP or like I got my dates crossed up and I was a day early or whatever the story was. But they had trans clear panels.
They got them. The curved ones. The curved ones they had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing there. It's like, oh no, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I
They don't
managed to
fit
get
well.
no. Well, yeah, I managed to get out of there without buying anything. But
I
I,
didn't.
oh, you ended up buying them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it, like
Yeah.
I had this like that awkward moment where you think people are looking at you because you can hear yourself freaking out in your head a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
And can anybody else hear this?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, what a terrible moment. But I got out unscathed.
I was good enough at packing that couple boxes that I got the Lego employees' attention on my design of packing for those. So
Really?
they were stacked. I stacked the panels. Well, I think there were four, maybe three. I think only three fit. And then I laid them like horizontally, like in the box. So if this is the box, right? I laid them the long way, stacked in threes, but I stood them up on an edge, and then I filled in between them with like all the little bitties. So they were all laid on an edge, and then they were all packed around them with all the little stuff that I could find, like all packed around everywhere. So they were quite impressed with my set. They said it was unique.
Yeah.
That was the
No,
goal. That was the only reason I did it.
void fill. I like that.
Yeah.
So no fear of scratching the panels?
Nah, they weren't for me.
Oh, fair enough.
They were for my sons.
All
They
right.
the scratching effect on that wasn't, it was
Yeah.
no worry really whatsoever. So
Close enough.
yeah, no, I wanted the other pieces that were going in between. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Okay.
yeah. There was a lot of little stuff that I liked. So
I think people don't appreciate how, what's the word, resilient maybe Lego is.
it is
Like-
very resilient. Yeah,
Like you think about it, it's clearly not manufactured in the United States
yep.
as of yet, as of right now. Anyway,
I think there's a factory being built, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Virginia. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it'll happen, but right now it's a purely imported product.
Right.
So the stuff is manufactured overseas and bagged and everything else overseas, and it's shipped over here, and then it's shipped around the country to wherever distribution center it's going to go
Yep.
to, and then it's shipped again to us.
Loosely, might I add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those parts have been in bags, loose, sliding all around the box
Mm-hmm.
for sometimes years. Like at Amazon,
Mhm.
things
Yeah.
get
Oh,
bounced around
for
fulfillment centers all over the place. You know? And still, after all of that, you open the bag, and those parts are still pretty crispy in there. You know?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yep.
I bought a lot recently from a thrift store that had like this online sale, and it was 100 or maybe it was 120 sealed bags, and you didn't know what the sets they were from. Yeah,
Oh,
it was just
awesome.
all sealed bags, So I was like, $80, 120 sealed bags. How the heck do I go wrong with that, right?
Yep.
So, because how many sealed? I was like, well, Berador had like 50, so I was like, 120 for $80. That seems like a steal,
Yep.
So it was. So it was sweet, but they all. What was cool was like you're saying. What reminded me of it. Some of them were older sets, but all the bricks were just like they were brand new. Didn't matter.
And if you, what was his name? Sam Builds. I think
Sam
is
Build.
his- yeah, I think that's his handle on
Okay.
TikTok.
I got two to remember here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam Sixuri,
Mm-hmm.
I think is his name. He's a master builder.
Okay.
He worked on the Lego Mars rover project.
I know who this is. I follow him. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so he built
Recognize his
the
name.
large scale
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of, I don't know, TikToks or whatever they're called, of how do I identify Lego sets from
Yeah.
just like a couple pieces.
Yep.
That practice is great for identifying orphan bags, like the one-off bags there, so you can figure
How?
out what set they come from.
I want to know this. This is so
Yeah.
important to me.
So there's, I'm never going to be able to visually do this, but so if you go into Bricklink,
Yeah.
there's a way that you can search for multiple parts,
In one bag.
like in a batch. So if you're holding the
In a
bag in
bag.
front of you,
Uh-huh.
you,
Yeah.
you look in there and you say, okay, well, this seems like a fairly unique combination.
Yep. Know
It's
what you mean.
not. It's not
Mhm.
often you get like
Yeah,
a
it's dark
line
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like some other stuff. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can use Bricklink and you can say, uh, search for contains this element, this element, this element, and it'll give you results of things that contain those three elements
Right.
or whatever combination there, and then you can
That
just kind
is
of look through it.
that is really helpful. You know that
Yeah.
I've tried to do this, right? So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I obviously everybody that's tried this knows that like you go through the serial numbers in the bags and the UP, the
Yeah.
scanning of the
Yeah.
UPC symbol and like all that. And
Yeah.
you're like,
So
no.
the I'm going to get this wrong, but it's going to be close enough, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the bag,
Yeah.
you got what is obviously the bag number, bag 6,
Yeah.
bag type, whatever.
Yeah.
The other number is a combination of things. It came off like factory line 3 from factory 72 in 2026, and then the country code.
So that's why you can't reverse image that.
Yeah.
Because it's not a serial number. It's actually multiple different things.
Yeah, it's multiple different things. Unique,
that makes sense.
Like super unique.
Right.
So yeah, it came from the Belgian factory, the third conveyor on June 17th of 2020.
Super unique.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That is That is a really good tip. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
me and other people will learn that. So that is a good one because
Yeah.
I get a lot of bags. I don't know if you do, but I get a lot of new in bag. So
Yeah, just random or
new in bag in bulks. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always exciting because it's a mystery. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like
Unless you get a fig, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, maybe there's a random piece, like, some random one color, one set type piece. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's very hard,
Yeah.
especially if they're all dark gray or dark bluish gray or, all light bluish gray or whatever, So,
yeah. Yeah, if it's a whole bag of gray, you assume it's Star Wars. If it's a whole bag of tan, you assume it's Harry Potter. And other than that, you're just lost.
you're lost. Yeah. If there's lime green, it's probably Ninjago. So that's the only other one.
It's like, oh man, I got my 77th Hagrid of the year.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Harry Potter someday apparently, but not today.
Yeah. Next year
is the anniversary.
Next year we got new source material. We get the new
HBO
show.
Yeah, that'll make it hot. So I'm just waiting for Chima to blow up, man. So I just want my Chima.
So it's funny you say that. Do you watch Ninjago, or do your kids watch Ninjago?
I mean, I've seen enough of it with my kids. Sure, I know what it is. Yeah.
So in Dragons Rising, they introduced
the crossover
Roz.
with Roz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all of the different like they get the merged lands and everything else. I'm like, is this when Chima comes back? Is it gonna happen? And that, like, they were right there. They could have done it.
Yeah.
Man. Oh.
I know this is not like a common take, but like I think the Chima figs are some of the best. Like
they're cool.
That's just me, but cool. like this, like what, like we have, a translucent arm, right? Yeah. We got translucent armor. We got a really cool headpiece. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a molded headpiece like that.
Yeah, that headpiece is fantastic.
Fantastic, right? Yeah. I mean, it also translucent leg, right? Yeah. Like, man, they just did a good job with these. I don't know,
and So you look at that fig, and then tell me why they can't do a Force Ghost for Star Wars.
Dude, for real. Like, I mean, there's so many good ones. I mean, just, it blows my mind. They did so many, It's in the Chima line, there's a lot of good stuff, and yet there's some stuff really missing in other lines. So I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they just did a Force Ghost in that whole trans blue, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this
dude.
got, they got printing even on the trans blue. I don't know. It's hard to get to. There's printing
Yeah.
on the trans blue. Like, it's not, it's just, they did a really good job with these.
Yeah. And they were very elaborate figures.
For such a cheap line.
Yeah. Well, and that's
Yeah.
why I love Ninjago and why
Yeah.
I thought Monkey Kid was so cool.
Monkey Kid is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
talking another figures that I don't sleep on is Monkey Kid. So I like them too.
I'm still hoping that comes back somehow. I love the show. I thought the show was great. The sets were cool.
The sets are really cool.
Yeah.
The barge, the like blue and yellow barge with the containers on it.
Yeah.
It's that also super cool.
It's high class Ninjago.
Yeah.
You know,
I can see that.
and I love the color scheme and all of that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird to me that people hate on gold when gold is used well. It's so good.
Yeah.
And with like I don't know,
Same
the
green.
more like the more Asian themes, like the gold just fits really well.
You put it
Yeah.
next to sand green, I'm done. Gold and sand green, that's all it takes for me. Those two mix together so well.
I don't think I've ever seen anything sand period that I didn't like.
True.
Sand red is awesome.
Yeah.
Really good.
Do you have bags of just sand? Like, do you have sand red, sand green, sand blue?
No, unfortunately not bags of it because it's expensive. But,
Oh, come on.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
bags, but let's say bag. Do you have a bag of sand blue, a bag of sand red? Put it on the side just in case,
I probably have. I know we get a lot of sand green in the house for sure.
Yeah. For sure. Mm-hmm.
We get a little bit of sand red. I'm not sure exactly how much. I don't think we really have much listed. I think we have more unlisted than listed.
Okay. Will you go after the vintage stuff on Marketplace?
On Marketplace, I will definitely pay attention.
Yeah. So like, if you see it, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's not of the 2000s and up right away. And sometimes those are junk, right? But like, sometimes those have some pretty cool stuff, like the sand red pieces, all that stuff that's discontinued. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I know for sure is if I see a lot that has, the neon trans pieces in it, I'm paying real close attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Blacktron. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like that stuff's not super expensive, but it sells
pricey.
Yeah, and it's good enough for sure. But for that stuff, I'm more about like time to sale.
Yeah,
and
coming back to you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good for cash flow. Stuff sells so fast.
Yes. Yeah, but I can't let it leave.
Yeah. It's hard.
I was just looking around. I have a pile of that stuff literally laying around right now somewhere of like the Blacktron, like the big like neon green, like talking like the dome and like the big logo thing. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So always having a hard time parting with that stuff.
Yeah, some of it's hard. I like to usually have a couple of the sets that I know I'm gonna sell stay assembled for a little bit. I'll display them for a little bit so I can feel like I'm renting them for myself. And
Yeah,
then I'll break them
Blockbuster.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple of the, what are they called? Pharaoh's Quest sets.
Yeah, Pharaoh Quest. Mm-hmm.
Built and displayed. I love those. The Sphinx was really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I do miss those.
I'll look at one banquet. there's so much that changes on these shelves. I have to look to see what's still there because I was gonna say I know I have a couple of them over there, but they're gone. So
Yeah.
who knows where those are now? So they've been replaced by something, and yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I was going to show you a big pyramid that the one son built that you probably would like. With has like an interior that is all like Pharaoh's Quest theme. It's cut a mock pyramid, so it's pretty cool. But once again, I have no idea where it is. So
Yeah.
don't try. Do you want to see something wild?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you like the tours?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So this is now I somehow got the comments up, but maybe I can try to get this down to try to flip my thing again. I don't know.
You want me to move the comments?
No. I'll just flip the. So we have a Excel spreadsheet that has all our used sets on it that are in. How do I do this? In like 12 of these bins. So they're all numbered and like what we think we know what they are, right? Like if we put them in there. But I'm trying to say what happened here. That's still it's hard to do two things at once. I'm gonna just show you the bottom of it. You ready? That's the number.
Where am I looking here?
Yeah, can you see right here?
No, I see the tip of your finger. I don't see the number.
651 was the number.
Wow.
So it's a spreadsheet with 600, and I'm having a hell of a time with the camera right now, as you can see.
Yeah.
So 651 sets that we have that we're trying to get back together right now. So, and then it's sorted for like we have the instructions, we have the box, like stuff like that. So, yeah, so when I told you we like to rebuild sets, usually we wait till like 2-3 copies come in, and then we'll rebuild it so that way it's easier and not grabbing as much parts. So, but I think that's nuts. Like that to me is like crazy. I don't know. 600 something sets sitting around just waiting, and like, dude, there's some bangers in there. Like, that I just haven't gotten to. So I know people talk about like their backlog of like new in box Lego sets, but bro, I got way more time. Like it's gonna cost me so much more time to try to put all that stuff together than it would ever be a new in box.
So the big difference there though is when you have used and like bulk lots of mystery sets, there's motivation in the adventure, and there's a treasure hunt involved.
Totally agree. When
people get these giant backlogs of like new sets,
you know exactly what's there.
Well, not just that, but if a year and a half went by and you haven't been motivated to build it yet, you're probably never going to build it.
Agreed. And you're going to sit on it. And then eventually it's going to gain value, and you're like, well, if I open it, it's going to lose some value. And,
and then you've just become a hoarder.
Yeah.
Like, and stop it. Like, buy what you're going to build. If you are
want to resell it, I get it.
Yeah. I completely get that. I mean,
you're buying Pac-Man for $150. Yep, I get it. Right.
Yeah.
So
that's 50% of my business.
Right.
But I know prior to buying it that I'm buying it for investment purposes.
Yeah.
It's not just because I never got around to it or I lost interest.
Yeah, which is where I have a hard time. Like, I'm not hating on that at all, but I just have a little hard time understanding that. Like, I just wouldn't lose interest. I don't know,
Yeah.
If I don't have, I can tell you, I don't think I have a single new in box Lego set waiting for me right now. Not one. I am not. I have a ton of new Lego boxes, right? They're new in box Lego sets, but they all serve different purposes. Either they're for sale later, something I'm saving, but I don't think there's a single thing I have on hand right now to build.
Wow.
So, yeah. If I want it, I'm gonna build that sucker like the day or two that I get it. You know, like it's either that or I'm building used. Like I don't mind building used. So, you know,
Building used, I actually miss a little bit. I haven't done it in a while.
it's fun. It's not worth it monetarily, but you know that's a different story. So
Yeah. If I could make content out of that,
yeah, for real. Yep.
it might be better.
Yeah. If you
But
could monetize that somehow, it'd be fun. But
yeah.
you know, it is super tedious. I mean, nobody wants to watch you dig through a bin of light bluish gray for 30 minutes looking for one piece. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to watch myself do that. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm with you. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the Bricklink store comes in. Like I think about like what's it, BBB Brick Store or whatever it is, the one you
Yeah.
see that's got the crazy prices, but it has every piece.
Yeah.
Like you think like, dude, if that's that guy, like how easy would it be to rebuild sets for him?
Yeah.
You know, or guy or girl, whatever, right? So, you know, that'd be pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh my God, the prices on some of those guys.
What do you think about that?
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I guess like I understand that if I was the guy that didn't want to sell it because I'm only willing to move when they're paying me enough to move, does that make sense? Like
Yep.
I get that, right? You know, because you know if you're just trying to establish a business, you got to sell at market price or below. But if you're already established and you have all the everything and everybody, you know the problem with Bricklink is you can't get it all in one place every
Yeah.
single time. Like
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to get everything you want in one place. So if you have it all in one place, I guess kudos to you for being able to charge what you want for when people do actually buy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, because you also need to think, okay, if I never make a purchase unless I have like 200 or 300 things on my wanted list.
yeah, right.
Because
For shipping purposes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you can't get it all from one person.
No, you can't. Mm-mm.
So I never do select all on my wanted list. I pick out the things that I actually need at the moment.
And then you just cross-reference and you hope to get lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, these are the things I need for a current project, whatever that may be. And then, as you go and you're stocking, like, oh, this drawer is almost empty. These sell fast. I'll just restock some of these if I get the right price.
Right.
And it helps you when you're building your cart, and shipping is $6, right?
Yeah.
You want to bring your total cost per piece down, so you got to buy more to do that.
Right.
So the whole thing, it's way too much math than it needs to be.
Yeah, that's true.
So
too much math.
So if you go to one of these massive stores that are charging 300% of the 6-month average,
right?
Like, that's painful. But you only need to pay shipping once, which is way better than paying shipping 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends. So, when you see those figs, like, I'm trying to get all the hobbits, all the dwarves. Yeah. And, like, when I see a dwarf for, like, $150, I'm like, come on, bro. It's, I get it.
So, Chris from the Great Brick Lab.
Okay.
He's an amazing human being. He's a very good guy.
He's going to be number 3.
Yeah. You're not familiar with him?
No.
So
I'm not familiar with many people, so I'm happy to learn.
Chris he's probably the most knowledgeable Bricklink seller that has ever touched YouTube. As far as I'm concerned. And I just lost a piece on the floor.
That won't drive me nuts.
Yeah, I got it. He was a guest on the show, and that show was just about a year ago, and it still gets watch time every day. Wow.
That's how knowledgeable he is. Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Right.
And he does a monthly show behind a paywall on the Brick Separators channel. Ralph's Bricks. It's over there. And he, for a long time, was at 300% the 6-month average. And
that's what he sat his prices at.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's like, listen, I forget what he had, 2 or 3 million parts in his inventory.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have to have a lot of parts. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's 2 or 3 full timers and a part timer or two plus himself, and I don't know, I forget what he's in, 10,000 square foot warehouse or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of overhead, and to maintain that many parts.
Wait, who is this? This was
Great Brick Lab.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like to maintain whatever it was, 2 or 3 million parts, you have to move a lot of material in and out, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So he would control the flow of sales
By price.
by price. And so like if they have it's basically listing time. So say Monday through Wednesday they're listing. Well, if they're doing heavy listing, they can't afford to be spending all that time shipping.
Right. Totally got it. Yeah.
So when it's time to list, you're at 300%. When it's time to do some shipping and packing or whatever, you dial it back to 200 or whatever his specific number.
So the controls are actually universal on there. I've never noticed that, but
yeah.
So you can literally tweak it across your entire inventory.
Yep.
Interesting. Didn't know that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, it's once you get used to it, it's pretty easy to just kind of shuffle things around.
Interesting.
If you use Bricker, which is the software the bigger guys are using now, it's expensive, but they do all that stuff kind of algorithm based now, so you can tell it days of the week how you want your pricing or how you want each category priced. Like the top 10 best sellers, I want to sell at 6-month average.
Whoa.
Things that haven't sold in 2 years, I want to sell at 10% below 6-month average so we can get them out of the store.
Right.
Figs, I want 20%. You can do category specific.
Yeah.
They're wild.
How much is expensive?
It's $50 a month minimum, or 3% of your Bricklink sales, whichever is greater.
Whichever is greater. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That could get rough.
Yeah, it could get real expensive.
Yeah, sorry, that just clicked.
Yeah. But there's also an integration there. So they will cover Bricklink, Brick Owl, your Shopify site, and eBay. And they will allow for cross promotion and for pulling, adding, and subtracting across the board there.
Yeah, see, that's different. Yeah, multi-platform like that.
Yeah.
I can see where the value is.
Yeah. And everybody gets concierge service. So you talk to an actual person and you say, here's the algorithm tweaks I want here.
Right.
And they work with you to lay all this stuff out. So you're getting some bang for your buck. Yeah.
Bricker?
BRIQER, I think is how it's spelled.
Okay.
That's probably wrong, but there's definitely a Q. And they're in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
So trying to get in touch with them the first time is kind of annoying.
Not too easy. Yeah, it's like trying to get in touch with Bamboo. Oh, finally there. I'm finally there. Bamboo, 3D printing world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, different world. But yeah. Hey, I have to say, I can officially say this at this point. I am disappointed, but I'm impressed with the sorter that was recently released. Did you see the mechanical sorter with the iPad at all that identifies the pieces?
The one that was at Brickworld?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know if it was at Brickworld. I just saw a couple videos of it. It had an iPad. It was running at like 3 pieces a minute, ID or something like that. It had like funnels, like circular funnels, and then
the Christmas tree.
I don't know. I don't know if I saw that. So it didn't look like Christmas tree to me.
Probably a different one then.
Okay. Yeah, the one I saw almost was like it had a big hopper at the top that was the incoming pieces, and then it had a series of circular containers that were rotating around to move, I guess, to like sort, like there wasn't a lot of pieces in the containers. And then that whole system was just all to get it to one piece at a certain speed. You get what I was like, just to separate the pieces at one piece at a certain speed. And then it fed it through what I would have loved to see, some type of system to identify and figure out what, and log it. So I was working on that. So I abandoned that because it was very difficult. I spent over a year on that. And I really ran into a lot of challenges there, and I'm impressed that he got that done. So I have to say, if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, look it up, because I'm sure there'll be more iterations. I heard they were going to pump it to 6 per minute pretty soon, which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize it could run 24 hours. And then you start realizing, like, as soon as that capacity goes up a little bit more from there, now we're starting to talk. So, but it was hitting it had color and part, which I was impressed. Color is so hard. Like, part, not hard. Like Brickify with the part stuff, not hard, right?
Yeah.
Color, very hard. So I struggled a lot with that.
Oh my God. The what was it? Pearl light gray and flat silver.
Yeah.
Awful.
Impossible.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
So bad.
to even dumber things, like just like produce differently, like different eras. You know what I mean? Like just talk about like the different blues. Like there's different blue. There's a lot of different blues. I'm not talking about I'm talking just called blue. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shades of that blue.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you sure this blue? Look at the other side of the brick. Turn the brick over. Oh yeah, that's it's a whole different blue on the other side of the brick. Sun damage happens on those too.
Yeah. I broke up for a second there, and you came back in with sun damage. What happens with sun damage?
No, you were talking about all the different shades of blue.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's sun damage. Yeah, I know it's sun damage on a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be 2 different shades of blue in the same brick.
I totally agree. Yeah. So, and sometimes I feel like it's just like the factory that made it, like just slightly different. It's not sun damage. It just seems like it'd be different, or made it a different era per se. I guess I don't know. So, I mean, kind of like the browns. You know what I mean? Like brown versus reddish brown and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's another one. Brown versus reddish brown. Like, I mean, that's not easy for a computer. So.
Yeah, that one's funny because reddish brown in the right application is a far superior color.
Sure.
Until you see old brown,
the MTT.
If you see that in the right spot, like, man, brown is supposed to be brown.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it shatters all over your room. You're like, oh, this stuff sucks.
How much is that like a learning experience, huh?
Oh,
you know? The first time you break some brown and you're like, ooh, that, and then you do it again and you're like, oh, that's the thing, huh?
Yeah. I was careful this time and I still got a splinter.
Or the old dark red, like, it's that one old the one cabin with the dark red roof comes to mind when you try to take that red roof off that cabin, and it's all the slopes that are like either 2x8s or 2x8 slopes or 2x4 slopes. Like those things break on you like crazy.
Yeah, or if you ever find a dead pool, you're like, oh yeah, wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
What, broken?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It sounds wonderful, like an experience you've had. Yeah. It's like, it's always nice getting the fig you've wanted for a while and then cracking. Or like when they take Radagast and they have this darn expensive feather and they put 12 of them in a Jaguar. Like what the heck, Lego? I think like they're messing with us now. Like you throw it in 2 expensive exclusive figures and then you throw it 12 of them in an engine. Not even just like one as like a tailpipe. You throw 12 of them in an engine, or whatever it is, 14 maybe. I don't know. It's a lot. But I was a little bummed about that.
Yeah. Well, and the great part is because now obviously they're mass producing them.
Sure.
They're also going to throw like 1 or 2 extras in as like spare parts.
Oh, I know. Yeah, totally. Now they're just like, they went from an $80 feather to nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, all of the people that spent a fortune trying to part together the green groshing.
Wait, say that one more time. I missed that.
The green groshing.
Okay.
Modular set.
Yeah.
That had the sand green masonry brick.
Sand green. Yes.
Yeah.
And now they have them in PAB. Yeah.
And now, they're in some other set, and they're at PAB. They're easy to come by.
Yeah.
But like, that was whatever it was, an $800-900 set.
Right, because it was like $2 a piece for those suckers.
Yeah. I think the one by eights were like $6 or $8.
I believe that. Yeah.
I started to try to part that one together once upon a time because we had done Market Street.
Okay.
We parted that together. It was the first modular I ever built. I had a blast with it.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Yeah, it was such a great build, and then I sold it for like $650 or something.
Wow.
I was
you were
so
stoked
happy.
on that.
Yeah, it's like a great build, and then right out the door, no problem.
Yeah, love that.
So I didn't do enough research, and we got some parts from the green grocer in the bulk lot, which I knew
you could have. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
because we got a couple of the printed parts, and I forget what else. Just a couple minifigs, I think. But the printed parts were only ever available in that set.
Yeah, so you knew you had it.
Yeah, so I knew I had a bunch anyway.
Yeah, you knew you had a piece of it. Yeah.
Yeah, none of the masonry bricks were in there at all.
Right.
And I think we were missing probably 40% of the sand green.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea what they cost though. So it's like, all right, I'm going to put the time and effort in putting this together.
Yeah.
Built out all the shopping carts and everything.
The
wanted list. And like, I couldn't even buy the manual. Nobody had the manual.
Yeah.
So my father-in-law printed the full manual in color. Like, put the effort in. Right?
Yeah.
And then I go, it's like, all right, I'm ready. We're gonna buy this, whatever. It's gonna be $100 or something. And it was like $450 in parts.
Yeah.
Like, I have more than half of the set here,
and you still need another $450.
It's like, all right, we're scrapping this idea. So it's whatever. That sucks. Like,
the Italian dinosaur Yoshi felt like that at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just pouring money, hundreds of dollars in Bricklink orders, and you're like, I still didn't even get all of this list yet. Like, it's not done yet.
Oh.
Yeah, it is, but it's worth it at the end. I got Town Hall in a bag right now that I got to do, so that is going to be one of the ones that I'll probably do shortly. The modular Town Hall. So.
Yeah, modulars are fun.
They're cool.
I'd like to do another one at some point. I really want the firehouse. I think that one's cool.
I'm told a lot of them. This was from one of my friends, so I don't know how accurate this is, but I was told that a lot of the black lampposts, a lot of times you see the black lampposts, a lot of the modulars have minutes, so you should always be watching out anytime you get a bulk with the black lampposts. And I know they come in a lot of sets, but
one of these
you got them, man. You got them. Those are the modulars, right? So, yeah.
See what I mean? Somehow something gets mentioned.
You have it on your desk. That's why I talked about it. I mean, it's the way it works.
That just shows you what a shithole this desk is. It's a disaster.
Dude, I probably showed you all the nice parts tonight. Trust me, we're good. So.
Talking about just trans neon pieces.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll do one more tour.
All right.
You show me mess, I'll show you mess. So I know where a mess is. Definitely. This for sure is some kind of mess under here when you start getting into all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Look at all those panels. Right?
Nice.
And you start pulling out some of these, like all this random old, like stuff you just don't see every day. Dude, how cool is this tray, by the way?
Wow.
Right?
I love that. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? So,
I don't know. So that's under my desk is a mess. Oh, I meant to do this earlier for you. So another thing that's helpful for me is you said fishing lures or fishing box
Yeah,
lure
yeah,
stuff.
tackle box.
Tackle box. That's what I meant. Um, so I use these ones for Harbor Freight, but I kind of got like a system where I do torsos without legs over here. Oh, I must have split it up. So torsos without legs, legs, helmets, torsos with legs and head, but not full accessories. And they kind of like rotate through. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's an efficient way to do it, but so far that's what I've got. So, and then, you kind of do them for all the different themes if you get what I'm saying.
Yep.
So,
Oh man, you got a lot of those tackle boxes, huh?
I do. There's a bunch. We've done a bunch of organizing. Not as much as I'd like, right? So, this
Oh,
is the glass cases I was talking about with like the pull out.
Yep.
Obviously you can see I pull a lot of minifigs out of these things. But and like the bleacher style cases, like they're cool. Like I don't mind the bleacher style with the glass like this. Please excuse the dust. Everything's dusty. So, but my whole thought on it is just like number one, they usually cover up. Like you can see, even like as soon as you put a couple things on them, like they start covering up the figure behind it, and it does not fit in a small space like me and you've been talking about. Like, and it's so hard to fit that much desk space. You can only do one, and then if you do a second one, you try to throw it on top of it. Now you can't see into the one below it because it's the light's all blocked, and you're shadowing the one below it. And it's like you can't even use the airspace, and it's taking up a massive amount of shelf space. So that was always my thoughts on those.
Yep. Yeah, the footprint is just so big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to figure out something to do with sig figs. I've been collecting sig figs over the
Why
last
don't I know what that
year.
is? What's a sig fig?
Signature minifig. So like the ones you customize to kind of look like yourself.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So when you go to convention, you trade them with people or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a keepsake of your friends, whatever people you meet.
Okay.
I think they're awesome, and because they're because they're priceless and they're worthless, right?
Yeah.
So like
unique and generic
because
at the same time.
they mean so much because they're gifted to you by the person who took the time and effort to try to make
Assemble it.
Yeah. Which to me that means more than any like value of a minifigure, whatever
Dollar amount. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'd rather be gifted something like that from a friend than like have a Cloud City sitting in the house. Yeah. Cloud City, I don't give a shit. I'm going to sell it.
Yeah.
But if for one of the friends, that's something I want to display, and it's hard because like you could display a minifigure in like a case like you just showed, or you can display it in like its set. But when you kind of just want like a bunch of your friends like displayed as a group of friends, how do you do that? Like a regular case doesn't seem fitting.
We put this in a little case in some way. Rotate it. The little one. 37 spots. It's not too big.
Yeah.
It's I don't think I have a base down here for this one right now, but once again, same thing. It spins, pretty well. Oh, maybe this is the wrong base. This is the right base. Same thing. They're going to spin well. I think that, I imagine myself using these in little collections. Like, I think I'm going to use, kind of just stuck around different places. I know this seems a little silly, but I might even hang some on the wall. So, and figure out a way to use it in that way. I've kind of thought about a couple ways to do that. And, your initial thing we talked about earlier too intrigues me with like, is there a way to make a base that would compensate for an uneven surface? You know, if there's a diagonal surface in some way, you know, is there a way to compensate for that? Or, you know, like kind of like a paper towel holder, is there a way to have minifigs in a paper towel holder style, you know, where it's coming off of something else, right? You know, like, well, it just gets me thinking of different pivot points, you know, in other words, like how could we use a non-traditional or a non, you know, vertical pivot point and then go somewhere else after we move, you know what I mean? Like go, maybe go vertical after you go left, or I, you know, I'm talking out loud, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think my first thought was if you give it lift, right?
mhm.
So as you allow for a bit of a lean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have that drag.
Hmm.
But what it does is it puts additional pressure on the pin itself.
On the post. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And I would imagine over time that's either going to break or wear from
It's
having,
definitely going to wear. 100% it's going to wear. Hmm.
you know,
With that material, it's definitely going to wear. Break probably not so much. You know, the only possibility of break on those posts is at the connection point to where they hit flush. So like if you want to break them, I've done it. You know, I've actually obviously broke them on purpose. So you know, you can at this connection point here, but if for anybody that's familiar with printing, if you're printing these with 4 or 5 walls, you ain't breaking it. Like it's solid, right? It's a piece of it. But and that's part of like the reason that's always going to be a weak point too is the way 3D printing works is you're layering, right? So if you're vertically layering, it's going to be strong to try to break it this way or that way. But if you're horizontally layering like this, building up, the weak point is always going to be this way because it's you're breaking at a layer in between 2 layers, right? So, um, but I do think that you can build something that would allow for that movement and not touch the base, if you get what I'm saying. So like because your problem isn't really that you have the movement, it's that the base touches, you know, and that's going to be the
yeah,
friction,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
So is it possible to either extend the gap up or just allow for some movement that doesn't touch the base? So the thought. So I'll kick it around. I built the disc. And once again, I'm going to keep saying this, but I don't have everything down here. But I built a disc that has these pucks. Like the base has these pucks every once in a while, where it's not a continuous contact ring, and it's just got like little circular contact rings, um, and it actually makes a lot more noise than I would like. So that's one of the reasons you never saw it. And there is probably some value in that in the right circumstances. Maybe smaller pucks is what I should have done. So maybe just like here and there, because once again, you don't have to hit everywhere. So I wonder if like if it was leaning in between 2 pucks, you get what I'm saying? With this, so like in other words, if you're not making contact at the very tip and you had a gap in between 2 pucks and like maybe you just touched at the edges on them, would it still rotate without, you know, and still be floating in air because the edge is just riding on the 2 pucks on either side of the edge of the disc, in other words. So it's hard to, like, in my head, it is coming out like an object, but to try to describe it, it's
No,
probably difficult.
I
So,
think I get what you're saying.
yeah.
So, but if you had two, they would be on the same axis. It'd
Think
be
of it like pucks in a circle, like duck, duck, goose.
okay.
All right, so you're all sitting in a circle,
Yeah.
right? And then I make 2 of the pucks small, or you know, most of them small, and then when it would lean, but it would only touch the puck's edges, like there would be enough gap there, and then that would be your wear or your contact point, and then it could have some gap there where the rest of the disc is not touching anything as it moves by. So like the goal always is just like how little can you touch,
Okay.
right?
So you would
Yeah.
just be minimizing your contact.
I would be trying to be.
Okay.
I'd be trying like that would be the like. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Like that,
Yeah.
I would first start iterating and thinking about contact point and like how could I reduce contact point and you know, the less I can touch, the better, right? So, um, there's another way though. I mean, I thought of another little way too a second ago that I maybe a spring. You know, there's a couple little things I was thinking about. So, you know, just something to
Yeah.
make tension on it to prevent it from doing that. You know, you could have a spring style system built into there where there wouldn't be the ability to fully compress down to the base. You know, you'd have something that stops it.
Sorry, just random stupid thought.
No, okay.
It was a big Futurama fan,
Okay.
and it, I forget who it was. Let's just assume it was Fry. Ask Bender why he doesn't ever stumble when he's drunk, because he drinks
Okay.
all the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm gyroscopically balanced. And it's what made me think with these.
Maybe. Well, you know,
Like,
we really
that's-
get out there, we'll put one of
yeah.
those in.
That's
Yeah.
advanced tech in such a simple machine.
Yeah. Well, now we're talking about that there's not a single minifigure worth the gyro on the stand.
Yeah. I think the big thing is you just tell the people that are purchasing from you, don't put them on a big slope.
Yeah.
Put them on a flat surface.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Kind of goes without saying.
I mean, you work with what you got, right?
I totally agree with you. More than most people would. So, yeah. I mean, ultimately, you know, I think that they all work to the extent that they should under normal circumstances, but they're not going to be perfect, right? You know, there's always going to be limitations to everything. So, you know, and that's why, like, you know, asked earlier about going to a manufacturer, you know, all that. Like, yeah, it's interesting to me, but it's kind of fun to make it cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'll be totally transparent. Like, there ain't a lot of money in it. So, like I'm building them and selling them. When you hear me say I'm spending 2 rolls of filament on a 726, and you know I'm 30, 40 hours print time deep, like that's not that cheap of a production. Not after
Yeah.
you pay Etsy fees and after you pay, you know, ship. Like I do free shipping. Like, yeah, like if someone orders from California, you know, not that great.
Yeah.
But
Shipping
I
is
want,
terrible.
yeah, I'm happy to do it. And dude, it's so cool to just see people get the stuff that was in your head. I mean, such a cool day and age where you can bring what was in your head, you know, into your house. And, you know, 3D printers, I'm very appreciative of that for that reason, because it just changed the way I think about things for that reason, you know, because before you'd have to do what? You'd have to contact a manufacturer. You'd have to prototype. They'd have to build the items for you. You'd have to wait till whatever time in their production line they had time for you, right? And you'd probably have to come to them with enough, you know, a big enough bulk item to do it. And now I sit and I create, you know, something, and I spend a couple days on it, and I have a prototype. You know what I mean? And like now, and then that prototype has something wrong with it, and then I go back to it and I reiterate and reiterate and reiterate, and by the time I, you know, figure it out, I feel like it's done. So
Have you? How do I ask the question?
just bluntly,
No, I'm trying to word it so it makes some kind of sense.
got it.
Have you ever made something simple? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do I have? I don't know. Say you want to make like this little tipper truck part, right?
Yep.
Have you ever made one and figured out exactly how much it cost?
Yeah.
Like all factors in, it's 3 cents, it's $3, whatever.
Like the manufacturer to make it or me?
For you.
Yeah, I know that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've actually dialed that in.
Yeah.
'Cause I've been amazed by how many people I've asked that to. And like, I don't know. I mean, it's a couple bucks, maybe a little less, or like real general ballparks. And
Yeah.
as soon
No,
as you
I know
hear
it.
them
I know it
start,
to the dollar.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know my electricity cost is $1 for every 30 hours that I run printers. I know what my PLA costs. I have a formula that I run that gives me pricing that I can say I want to make this amount of dollars per printer hour to compensate for costs, and then you do the formula of the amount of printer hours plus the filament plus the cost of the item, or using the cost of the item as part of the variable, and you can basically figure out your dollar per printer hour. So, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I will tell you that, often it's $1 an hour, and you're like, well, that's not very good. It's, 90 cents an hour, 80 cents an hour. Right. But if it runs for 24 hours, it's not too bad if it's one printer. Right. So, and people are buying it, but the goal is, are people buying it? Right. So, I mean, we've been fortunate to have a bunch of people, support us so far. And I don't know if there's a lot more interest out there. I assume there is. I don't really know, but because I don't think I'm some whiz bang at this stuff and marketing. So, I think that there's probably a little more marketing to go. I would imagine. So, probably could do a little better on that, as you've mentioned a couple times here. There's always a little more to do. So, I do think that. Um, it's very important to know your numbers. Going back to the original topic, I think that if you don't, you're just kind of floundering. So,
Yeah.
I believe, I'm sure you know your numbers in the Bricklink side of things. I'm sure you knew your numbers on a bunch of other things we've talked about. So, I know it down to, like, if I'm driving to get filament 45 minutes away, like, approximately what that value of my time for an hour and a half is, and, like, what is that going to cost me? The gas, sure, that's gas, whatever, but the time is what I'm concerned about, the value
Yeah.
of lost time, right? So, like, I'm going to measure that as part of my cost. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I got to drive to get filament, that filament roll might be $14.99, but now it just costs me 20,
Yeah.
right? So, unless I'm buying 150 of them, so, then it's better, but
Yeah.
so, but hopefully figuring that out soon too. So.
Yeah.
I'm no longer driving to get filament. Thankfully, I think today I finally had a phone call that ended that. So,
Good.
yeah, that's a good thing. So that's a whole nother thing. So it's a whole emerging market, like this whole filament thing. So I'm probably saying that sounding stupid because I'm, like, behind, but for me, it's like, it's not that easy, right? You can buy out your local stores, and then you're like, well, where do I get it now? So.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. At some point soon, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna pick your brain about something very specific
Yeah.
that I want done, because I'm at the point now where I want this done to the point where I'm almost willing to buy a printer just to print a lot of one specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to figure out where the cost is for. There's a plastic shop right down the street from me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very basic thing. So I could either go to them and have them make a lot, or I could do it here. And if I do want some changes, I can make the changes myself, whatever.
Mm-hmm. You need a printer.
Yeah. Well, but it's also something that exists already on Amazon that I can
Most
just
things do.
buy. Yeah.
Everything you walk around in your house, someone's making a print for
Yeah.
eventually. So, because you're not copywriting making prints, right? Like, because you're going to change something. Like, it's going to be different, and there's, like, for instance, like with the carousels,
Yeah.
going back to copyright, like, there's no copyright on, like, the function of a stacking tier system. You can't
Yeah.
copyright that. You know what I mean? Like, there's
It's like
no.
copywriting a door.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these objects you're probably thinking about, you
Yeah.
can't copyright that. Like, that's just an object, a way something functions. Like, it's there might be what do I call it? Like the appearance copyrights. I'm not finding the right word for that, but like
Sounds like
the
a patent. Kind of
yeah,
deal.
but the not the yeah, patent's the right word, but it's getting late. I don't know. The patent is not on the utility; it's on the appearance of it. So, and that, like, you could do that at times, but that's the thing. Like, you're okay to create your own things, especially for you. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if it's for you and you have your own printer and, like, you're just doing it in your house, I mean, have at it. So,
Yeah.
and they've come down so much in price. I've been telling everybody, like, wait till the fall. If you're really into it, wait till October, November. They're gonna come out with deals on the P1Ss from Bamboo, probably in the 4 to 450 range. And to get that machine, which was $2,000 or $1,000, 2 years ago, I meant to say it that way. to get that machine. For that price these days, for what it does, is a steal. You know, it's like TVs coming down in price. Oh, I'm helping this person out. We do minifigure stands, heads, things like that.
Oh, Al Goff
So
is here. Hey,
yeah.
Al.
So what I'm saying is like the barrier to entry has gotten so much lower than it was just in the last 2 years on the quality of the machine that you can get for the $300 to $500 range. You know, it really is nuts. Like it's my opinion on all this stuff is it's the Jetsons, and it's going to be built into your wall like your stove is very shortly here, because there's no faster way for me to get an item to you right now than for me to send a text message to you with a file that you print out in your own house. I could order an item on Amazon, but it's going to get to you tomorrow. But I could send a text to you with a 3-hour file and you could have it. How do you beat that?
I never thought of it that way. That's
Right?
crazy.
Yeah, I'm sending texts back and forth with my friends, and like we're sharing files of objects that are in each other's houses. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. And like that's where I come off saying I think it's going to be an appliance item. I mean, once they get the self-cleaning down good enough, like there's self-cleaning machines for 10 grand now, you know, where you don't have to do anything for it, you know, and it does all its own things. And you know what I mean? Just like TVs, it's going to come down, right? So, you know, once they get all that right, you will have one. All of us will. So it's the fastest way to get an object anywhere.
Wow, I never heard of it said that way.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how I think about it. So,
Man, well, that just changed my whole perspective.
right? So, and then the fact that you can create the stuff that's in your brain.
Yeah.
You know, whatever's in your head, you can try to pull it out. So, there's plenty of tools to help you do that. You know, plenty of teaching out there how to learn how to use Blender, you know, and other programs. So, you know, there's so many resources available to learn this stuff. YouTube, right? You know, I mean, there's so much that you can learn with this stuff. So,
Can't teach a discipline though. 'Cause I'd imagine not cleaning them is a big problem.
not cleaning them?
Yeah.
Not as much as it used to be. So like I had a Ender 3v3, or I don't even remember what it was called. I had an Ender product, Creality product. My first printer that I ever bought. It was an open, you know, no cage around it, no enclosure, right? So I would fail every third print. I would have, and like sometimes it would be epic. Like I felt like it's probably not a bad place to have started because it was like you went to war, and like you know I took everything apart in that machine, like I down to the bones of it. I had to take it apart. I mean, I remember using heat guns to rip stuff out of it because it was all melted throughout the whole thing, and I was just cut bait and replace the parts, right? So because it just blew up that bad. And if you didn't get your first layer adhesion on that and pay attention, and you walked away for a couple hours, you were making a big mistake. So that's all I have to say about those machines. So and I'm sure they got great machines. I'm sure they got better, but phew, my first experience, it was a war. So when I got the bamboos and like, you know, just knew that I can honestly say on the P1S, which I just told you is like 400 to 500, I've ran a P1S for a while now, you know, over a year that, you know, I haven't had two fails on. Maybe on that one machine. So, you know, that I don't know. It's just different. So the reliability is really increased. So
It's awesome. It's nice hearing things get cheaper.
yeah, this is one area it is. So because there's new tech developing that's making it, they have to make the old tech cheaper, right? Because like there's really cool stuff coming out. The UV printing, like like where they harden the stuff immediately. Oh my gosh.
What is it? The Eufy machines that they're promoting now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff coming out. I mean, do you see that? I don't know if it's real or not, but you see the one where they printed inside a liquid. So it was like a gel. Supposedly it was like Disney or something, but they printed a handbag inside like a gel, and it was like an injection of like a needle into it, and the whole thing just printed inside the gel, and then he just like reaches down there and he pulls it out. and there's no supports, there's no nothing, and he just like pulls this, you know, I don't know, handbag out of it. So I was like, wow, no
Some,
seams, no, just yeah,
none of these things make any sense to me. Like
yeah. You start staring at him for about the first month, and then you never look at him again.
yeah.
Yeah. So my friend was staring at him one night, and he's like, do you look at these all the time? Like, do you like come down or over here and like look at all these?" And I'm like, "No." Yeah, I remember when I did. I remember when it looked just like you, and I was just sitting there like, how does it do that? Like what is going on there? That it knows how to just precisely lay it there. And so, and especially with the multicolor stuff, you're just like, man, so crazy. The switching.
Yeah, I've learned to not try to understand the logic behind some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was talking with my daughter about this, which is kind of funny because I was almost asking her for advice. It's like, tell me how the sound of that guitar comes out of a phone. Tell me, because I'm in my mid-40s now, still haven't figured it out.
Right. Doesn't.
Yeah, somehow somebody moved their hands, strings moved, it went into some kind of recording device through the air, entered some other thing,
some vibration.
Went somewhere else, and now it's coming out of a box in my phone, like in my pocket.
Mind blowing.
None of it makes any sense. I'm over it. I don't need to know how it happens.
Right.
Like
it's okay.
I'm too old to even give a shit to figure it out. Like
it's like going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You don't want to know how that meal was cooked.
Yeah, I don't want to meet the cow.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't need to know.
No, as long as it gets served to me and it's not blue or black, I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to cry about any of the shades in between. They're all fine. But yeah, don't introduce me to the animals. Now I'm hungry.
Now you're hungry. Yeah.
I'm also tired. It's somehow it's 1:15.
Yeah, I realize we got going a little bit here.
Yeah.
So. But to be honest, you're in my wheelhouse right now. So
yeah. Well, I appreciate you hanging out for this long so much. This has been fantastic. I've had a blast tonight.
Yeah, man. Me too. So it's been fun. I'm happy to do it. You want to do it again? We can talk again. So
yeah, absolutely.
What happens? No, I appreciate you sharing all the information. I definitely will remember a couple of these things. I got a couple on my screen here already. So
right on.
Do my best. So
yeah, it's if you forget any, I'm always around.
That advice you gave me on the bags is going to come into so handy. Like that is going to come in handy for me for sure. So because I always want to know what those are from. I hate breaking them open without knowing what they're from. So
yeah, if I'll try to find the exact breakdown there, but Sam in one of his videos does a pretty thorough explanation of how to actually enter in all those things to figure out the bags. He does a good walkthrough there.
Okay.
Yeah. He also did a podcast once upon a time about like vintage toys and things like that.
Yeah. You should see this vintage toys collection. Oh my gosh. Nuts.
All right, we can't get into
we're going.
I can talk about those forever. But
yes. So hey, I'm very appreciative of you taking the time to ask questions, and I'm very appreciative of letting me ask questions. So thank you.
Well, it was a blast. Thank you again. And I'm going to try to flatten out this situation and see what we can do. Maybe I'll ask one of the neighbors who printed since you don't want to ship it.
What's that?
It's just whatever I come up with next.
No, hey, dude, you hit me up. I'll be happy to help you out with that design. So, anything you want. I mean, and just so you know, like I told you I talked to a guy today. Like, there's print on demand places too. Like you can talk to people about printing items. Like the guy I was talking to today about filament supply has a whole business where companies contact them and they print on their machines so that they can decide whether they want to buy the machine. So if say it's a $10,000 machine and they want to know if it'll produce this part the way they want it to, well, they'll have them print it for them, prototype it, and then they can decide whether they want to buy the machines to make the part.
That's wild.
So there are print. So just so you know, there are print-on-demand houses as well.
Okay, that's cool. I wouldn't have guessed that. Right.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. So,
Yeah.
hey man, I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have
You're
an awesome night.
You too.
All right,
Bye, everybody.
See you later. See you. Night, folks.
See us live.